about VR.
The creature thing with
the giant or something. Whatever his name is, concrete giant or giant concrete.
fuck you, Clocked It. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Oh, by the way, we've been seeing that game for like 2 years now. By the way, I don't know if you noticed that, Robert.
No, yeah, well,
I
saw the image and I was like, all right, hey, this is the first game I actually want to get.
Nice. The concrete one.
Yeah, the concrete one. We saw that back in 2016.
I've been waiting for this. It's only fucking ages ago.
I forgot it hadn't come out yet.
Well, it's fucking Sony. They don't want to release anything.
Oh, Robert.
They only want to release trailers of games, not actual games.
Well, see, I just don't understand what the point of, oh, look, guys, we have our new kind of direct style format for the fans, something that you guys seem to like based off the Nintendo Directs. Here's our first one, and there's literally nothing of value in it. Like,
well, even like, oh, God, like I just feel like they of course they had the fucking generic. Hey everyone, like it's this random woman, woman that has to be like, isn't this a great thing we're
Sony
doing?
Bitch?
Look at us. Like it's like welcome to State of Play. It's like shut the fuck up. It's like where's the head guy? Like let him do this. Like
well, Nintendo has the generic male voice now in their directs. They don't.
But
the male voice sounds better.
You still get people. Like you still get people on screen. Like know Koizumi and stuff. Like why is there no like people at Sony there? Like it'd be again.
Sorry, can we stop putting like Nintendo Direct and State of Play in the same sentence now?
I mean, I understand. Listen, I understand how you feel, Doctor, but we're just using it as a point of reference because I know Retro thinks it's closer to Inside Xbox, but that's only in terms of quality. In terms of format, it's closer to Direct.
Yeah, the format is a direct ripoff of a Direct.
The format, I don't have an issue with. The fact that it's 20 minutes, I don't have an issue with. The problem I have is that like literally everything there. If you didn't care about VR, oh look, you got retro skins for Crash Team Racing on PS4. That's aesthetics. That doesn't mean anything.
It's nice to see an update on that one. I don't know if that's what you guys are talking about. The indie game with the
paintbrush,
concrete genie.
It's been 2 years.
It was a name last time. I think that was E3 last year that we saw this.
I'm saying it was originally announced back in 2017, and like we've seen nothing. And
I would bet it was 2018 E3.
It wasn't really an update though. It was just the exact same. It was just the exact same trailer put in a different fucking order.
No, this looks like it went through a complete change. And
it didn't.
Let me find I don't know what to call it originally.
Because that trailer was almost exactly the same, including the whole bullying scene and all that shit, and then the gameplay looked worse from what they showed.
Oh, Concrete.
Yes.
I'm gonna keep calling it Concrete Giant.
Yeah, it was E3 2018.
I think it looks beautiful.
No, it was shown off before. It was shown
there was a demo shown at E3 2018.
Well, I mean, a demo, but I'm talking about this.
This was after the press conference. I didn't even know they had like a treehouse thing.
Oh, Concrete Genie, that's it.
Yeah. So they demoed this game after the reveal, but
it wasn't the first time it was shown.
Let's see if we can find. Was it called that back then?
I don't remember.
I don't think it had a name because the name surprised me when they mentioned it.
Yeah, I didn't know it had a name.
The name might be new. The name might be new if I had to take a guess. Yeah, it was shown. Yeah, it was shown off in 2017 as a demo. PSX.
PSX. That's almost the end of 2017, ain't it?
Yeah, it's December.
I don't know if it was that late, but yeah.
Maybe it did.
Well,
I
don't
remember.
PSX always December?
I thought it was.
Well, yeah. I'm guessing it's December because that's the
initial
the
reveal.
Date.
The initial reveal to me, I don't remember so much use of color and stuff. I thought it was more monochromatic. The first time I seen it.
Here's the 2017 demo.
I'm on the site. I'm watching.
Oh, you're looking at okay.
It looks like a nice game. It's got beautiful lighting. I think that's what grabs you. Got beautiful lighting.
I've become more indifferent on it because that boy's acting to me is weak as hell. That's a personal thing.
As you're saying,
I mean, this new trailer that I saw, I thought it looked a lot more janky. It didn't look as smooth, and
it's like they're going for like a claymation. They're going for like a claymation stop motion style.
Yeah, I know, but it just didn't. I don't know what it was. It put me off it a little bit more. Whereas I was quite interested the first time around. I mean, I'm still kind of interested, but for all this, it feels like it's been an absolute age since we bloody saw it, and for it to come back and
because
look pretty much exactly the same.
It keeps disappearing and coming back.
This might be a completely different game than the one I'm thinking of that got revealed.
What are you thinking of?
Yeah, there was a girl and she was running from creatures like that. So I've never seen this game before.
Yeah,
you're thinking of that EA funded.
Yeah, that EA game from last year.
Right? In a boat. What was it called?
Yeah.
It was from the developers. Oh, because the girl came out on stage and she was like super passionate and everything.
Yeah.
She's talking about the demon thing, I think.
That's the game I thought this was. That's why I kept saying.
Yeah. No.
I do not remember this game. That's why I was surprised at all the.
I remember seeing it, but it looked familiar, and I said it when I was streaming, and I was like, I feel like we've seen this game before. And someone in the chat's like, yeah, well, you have. Like 2 years ago.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with Clock that like I was the first time they revealed this trailer, I was like, dude, this looks so awesome. This is my kind of shit. And now when they showed it again, I was like, oh, here's new footage and shit. I was like, oh my god, cool, new footage. But I swear it's the exact same fucking trailer in a different order. It's all the exact same scenes. And like I said, like what Clock that said, like some of the shit looks worse to me, almost less appealing than when they showed it before. Like I don't know what they were doing with that.
Yeah, I'm looking at the old trailer. I agree. It's essentially the same trailer. I don't know why
the game
this
I was
game
thinking about is Sea of Solitude. That's the one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Well, think about it, if they didn't show that. I mean, Jesus, then it would be literally 85% VR.
Yeah, because they started with the fucking Marvel VR game, which
the Iron Man. Dude, how's that even Iron Man? It doesn't even look like anything like Iron Man.
I didn't even see that.
Probably it was the first thing. And they acted like it was like a big. They didn't even say anything until after the game trailer went off, and you were like
that's I think that's hilarious. It's
that Iron Man trailer was like the biggest travesty of the whole fucking thing. I feel when that's what I said. Like in this age, we have games like Anthem, which everybody's like, man, this is what a cool Iron Man game should be like. Yeah. And I'm playing Spider-Man now on the PS4, and Robert would bag me on this. That game is absolutely incredible. When you can see all they had to do was combine that, and then they start this, and like I know like ponies like to throw the term around like Nintendo's with kiddie games, but I mean that was like some VTech kind of shit. That was absolutely
I'll put it this
garbage.
way. I think people are more interested in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3
yes
than that.
Definitely.
Oh no, guaranteed. That's not even a maybe. Yeah, like again, like if you look at it, like the only thing that would tell you it's Iron Man is that for some reason the match just goes right into your face that it's Iron Man. Like, holy shit, it's an Iron Man game. It's super random.
It was one of those things where as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, it's a VR game, isn't it?
But it's like the only gameplay you saw. Like, there was a 1 minute trailer. You had 5 seconds of actual gameplay. It's like you see clouds and like a hand like shooting at some kind of Sega shooter.
Yeah, it looked generic as hell. That was a problem.
What about that?
Gameplay.
I guess the only other important thing we can mention that was, I guess, something not VR related was the Days Gone story trailer.
I'm watching it right now, actually.
It's one of the, I guess because we haven't really talked about Days Gone on the podcast much. It's kind of obvious. I think most people agree it's gone through a visual downgrade for the sake of like a more open world. But it kind of looks jarring because of that. Because listen, at the end of the day, I'd rather you focus on interesting gameplay mechanics than fucking graphics. But with PlayStation, considering they always do the opposite of that in a lot of ways, it kind of looks off to me because I'm used to it looking like a fucking movie.
Well, just forget the Days Gone stuff. The thing with the Days Gone, because you guys know me, I'm like the biggest guy waiting on this shit. I like my open world games. I like this biker shit. I've been hyping this game since the beginning. I'm so excited for it. But even I was like, why the fuck are you showing this again? Like, you can't show anything new. We've seen like 3 trailers of it now, like 2 hour-long like streams of the gameplay.
Yeah, they showed
they're used to showing this.
Yeah, like last year, like before E3, because they said they were going to show it at E3. They had like these long, like 2 hour demos people were playing, and all the footage was going up online. And it was like, okay, cool. And then they didn't really show it again. And then it was like, oh yeah, by the way, it comes out next month. And you're like, oh, all right.
I haven't been watching. It's been, like you said, there's been long demos. Like
last year was the last
IGN's
time
and them. They just recently had like 45-minute preview.
Oh yeah, they did
in the last couple months. And I will say, this is definitely when they first showed that horde of zombies, like scripted ass shit. They definitely got away from that idea, and what they have created is it's actually kind of unique in one regard. We've seen a lot of open world games. We've seen a lot of post-apocalyptic games, you know, the Fallouts and even Breath of the Wild. Technically, we haven't seen one done with zombie outbreak. So I know it's probably way too late for that to be as cool as it would have been. But if this came out like 5-6 years ago, I think a lot of people would be hyped. But I actually watched the gameplay of it, and I'm like, you know, that's kind of a cool setting, and we haven't seen, like I said, we haven't seen a zombie apocalypse open world type setting. So
what about Dead Island?
Well, the second game never came out.
Open world, though.
Also, the second game never came out.
That's like a co-op. I don't know. That's the only thing I don't like.
It's open world zombie.
I really
I also don't find that overly interesting. Although I will say, when he's fighting, because I guess they call their version of zombies Freaker, the giant when he's fighting towards the end of the little gameplay session, man, that looks kind of rough. I will say that.
I just think honestly,
this whole stream looks rough. By the way,
yeah,
terrible.
I don't know what happened. Like, it dropped quality for me when I was watching it.
Well, I mean,
live.
I think like Days Gone, I actually am looking forward to it though. But like, I just think the way they presented it today, with the announcer just bugs the hell out of me. It just sounds so generic the way they say it, with the whole like, and don't watch out for these free, like the way I don't know, just the way they were talking. It just seems
you can throw Molotov cocktails.
It just sounds so like corporation. I don't know if it, you know what I mean? Where it's just like, dude, I know the only reason you're doing this is because like. Again, like it just feels so like copy of the direct.
To be fair,
feels so ugh. There's something ugh about it.
To be fair, this game I think has had the worst marketing in a while from Sony. Like, because they kept changing the design and how this game was meant to be, how this game was when it was first revealed to what it is now.
They just don't know what they wanted it to be, really.
So now it feels weird as shit to see it talked about in this kind of way, because you're like, you guys weren't even pushing this like a year ago. Like a year ago, they weren't even talking like this.
I watched the guy who's playing the lead character, and he was talking about when he first came on, he did some dialogue, and you know, he was done. And then he said like a year later, they called him back and basically started. They had a brand new idea for what they wanted to do, so he started over, recorded a bunch of stuff. And then they showed it to Sony. This is all according to him. And then they said, well, let's make this bigger. And then it turned into this big open world. And that's why it's been delayed and stuff, because they apparently gave them a bunch more money to make it a bigger experience. So that's in his words, that's basically what he said.
I can understand it.
Can I go, please?
Oh, go ahead, T.
I'm just sitting back listening to you haters try to downplay the greatness that was the PlayStation Direct. And I have to defend Sony and this PlayStation Direct. We don't want that
shit here.
Oh, it was pretty terrible. Yo, this was garbage, man. It was like straight garbage, and I wasn't expecting it to be that. I was expecting it to be somewhat decent, and. I don't know how it can turn out this bad after all these different examples of how to do it.
Well, how Nintendo Switch Online turned out so bad with all the examples of how to do it right, you know.
Yeah, but Sony was
that's true, but
it's not in their DNA.
That's what I was about to say.
Creativity.
I was about to say Nintendo Directs work because of personalities. Iwata, Reggie, what's his name? Bill. Those guys are what started it. Now we got Koizumi, and we got these new people that were in the what was it?
Nindies.
The Nindies.
Those were kind of bad though.
They weren't great, but
they were cringy.
They still were comfortable.
Yeah, but it's that kind of, it's like young quirkiness, all right?
You could at least, relate to them because they were on screen, and then it sounded like a corporate robot.
That's what I'm saying.
Spewing sales figures to you. That's what it felt like. She felt like you would call a company, and the lady in the administration. That's what she sounded like. So
I gotta. The one thing about that though, is go back, watch the last direct, and remember that game where it was like you're like survival, and it had really low quality visuals.
What, Dead by Daylight?
Dead by Daylight. And if you listen to that, the dude, like the intro to the game, he's talking about killing and murder, like surviving, and it does kind of sound.
You're right, but the thing is that it was a part of a whole.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't a whole.
Yeah,
he wasn't doing the voiceover for the whole thing. I mean, I understand that happens in directs. It happens in all kinds of stuff like this where there's somebody, even Bill Trennan sometimes sounds a little corporate-y when he's talking about stuff. But what I'm saying is that wasn't the overall like voiceover for the entire direct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you'll get that to describe a game, to get the details of game, the bullet points or whatever, and it sounds really corporate sounding. That's fine, but not the entire. There was no personality.
Yeah, exactly.
And what did they
to lead the thing? That's the problem.
What did they show like new that or exciting, or what was even the content for the Crash? I couldn't even.
It was retro skins, like retro.
Oh, that's all they were showing.
Like the PlayStation 1 model, the
Yeah.
PlayStation models of the characters,
3D models,
and PlayStation models of the carts.
Yeah,
But that's weird. It doesn't look that old looking. They look still really.
I couldn't even tell because
you can't tell because of the graphical style.
Yeah, it's too clean.
The stream quality was too bad. I couldn't even tell that there was any difference.
I went back and rewatched it. I can tell when I'm looking for it. When I'm looking for it, I can see it.
No, but I think honestly they should have gone like super, like just make it like they placed the fucking PlayStation 1. You know what I mean? Like just
do a filter over the whole damn thing, and not.
Well, because remember this is the PlayStation. Well, it's also because it's a multi-plat, so it's like here's the PS4
it's also
exclusive
isn't
stuff.
it Activision, right?
Yeah, it's Activision.
They're not gonna do that.
Oh, so that's all it does? Jesus Christ! I couldn't even, like I said, the stream quality.
It's such a minor thing. It's only gonna like.
It's like a polygonal character without much texture.
Yeah, it reminds me of Ukulele. You remember how they had the
but he doesn't. It's weird because he still has texture. I don't get it.
It's essentially like the Super Mario 64 hat and outfit in Odyssey.
No, but that still looks like more.
Yeah, but I mean, you can. But I'm saying it's more obvious there. But I'm saying that's the idea.
Here's a question. I don't know how important this is. I never played the original.
What?
This video was uploaded. The just that new content reveal was uploaded separately on the website PlayStation, and they uploaded it at just straight 1080p 30. You think we're looking at a 1080 30 frames per second kart team racing?
Well, I mean, considering Crash was 30 on all consoles, it wouldn't surprise me. Like the Insane Trilogy is 30.
Crash Team Racing is a 60 frame per second game, though.
No, but I'm saying the Insane Trilogy. Yeah, but the Insane Trilogy
I know what you're
was
saying. You're saying Insane Trilogy was 30. But I'm saying it's a racing game, and Crash original.
Oh, it better be
60 frames.
So it better be 60.
It's a racing game. You can't really.
I'd be curious.
Well, I'm saying because I know because originally the original Crash games were 62, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they downgraded them to 30 when they up the visuals, so all the consoles run them at 30. So
platformer, that's a little bit more acceptable, but
no, it's not. How dare
yeah, it is. It's
those
come
terrible
on,
controls. It probably wouldn't
I needed it for that goddamn.
It doesn't matter because of the control.
I needed it for that reason. Shit.
I will say, I like what's going on. The tracks, some of the tracks and stuff look nice, and different environments and stuff, but. I'm watching some gameplay right now. Maybe is there a CC like class system like Mario Kart where is there slower beginners?
I didn't see that much information on it. They literally just showed the skins.
What about the original game?
No, it doesn't have. I don't.
No.
Remember having CC
because this looks like some just even if it's 30 or 60, it just looks like some very boring racing where there's not a lot happening.
Oh well, people also mentioned apparently the other thing that's cool is that this game includes tracks from the newer game. Because there was more than one Crash Kart Team Racing. So apparently this one includes tracks from the second game.
The game that nobody bought.
Yeah, pretty much.
At all.
They'll probably have a DLC of all of later games. So I mean it's coming to Switch. maybe it's a fun little car racer. I don't think it's going to be
like. I mean,
great.
It's fun. It just
it's cool. Like it's closer
it.
to Diddy Kong than it is.
Yeah.
Than it is Mario Kart or something.
No, it's not. No,
but I'm just saying, like the style. I'm not.
There's not a lot of hectic
calm down,
items being shot. There's not.
I mean, there are items. And you can
I'm watching this gameplay, and literally 3 laps. The person playing hasn't spun out, hasn't been hit with anything, hasn't hit anybody
it's
with
not
anything.
It's not as
the
frantic.
item system is janky as hell. I think it's pretty janky.
It's not as frantic though.
It's a bit
it
like
doesn't have that kind of
Sonic Team Racing. You know when you shoot people in Sonic Team Racing, it just doesn't feel right. You know, like they're like flashing, and spin and stuff.
It's just
maybe this girl just sucks at the game.
I'll tell you one game they bigged up as well in this was our Ready Set Heroes, that top down like game where like a random dungeon crawler.
What, the first one? Like,
it's that was like the third game right after Crash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you
I thought it was the first game. Oh no, yeah, it was Iron Man.
You know,
that felt very Nintendo Direct there.
the game.
Yeah, like it was like Nintendo's. They have that 1 or 2 games that are like bullshit as hell.
It's like, yeah, I don't care about this.
Yeah,
Why are you showing this? Why are you wasting time on this? Get to the
good stuff. It's one of those games, but the problem is like none of the other, none of the better games came.
Should we cut Sony some slack for this being their first one?
No,
maybe they can get better.
Because they have so much other stuff. Why can't they show any
with their resources? Sony? No.
Yeah, how they had all the time in the world.
I think the biggest problem is other than Days Gone and those few other games they showed, I don't think they have anything. Unless they want to show The Last of Us again, Ghost of Tsushima again.
Listen, at this point, just give us release dates. They had games. At this point, I would have gave them a credit if they gave us release dates for things like the Medieval remake. You know, just like small shit.
Yeah, see, that's what I think what do they call it?
Disdain.
That's what I think this is mostly for. Like you don't. It's not going to be the same as a Nintendo Direct, like because they don't have the endearing, fan base that are endeared to the franchises and stuff like that.
Well, then they don't make as many games.
This is just so. Hey, remember we have a VR headset?
Yeah, basically.
Remember we have that, and he will throw you some other little things out there. That's what I think this is. I think this is more of a shine a light on stuff that they're trying to sell that they know.
Yes, that's kind of what the Directs turned into when the Wii U wasn't selling and it was all about 3DS and games people didn't.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense when you're out here winning to all of a sudden be like, hey guys, we got some VR stuff if you want to check that out.
But still, at least on 3DS, they had still games that people would
that was still interesting.
You know what I mean? Like
that's what I want.
There's been a couple.
You want to give them like, should we cut them slack or not and shit? But like, let's say like me and T, we're probably like the bigger indie players here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, come on, T. Like, how many of these games were like, ooh, this looks cool? Like most of these games, it's not like they were just VR games. They were bad VR games.
Yeah, they were bad. I mean,
I got a confession. I didn't watch State of Play. I got about 2 minutes in. And I couldn't stomach it anymore, and I was like,
"It's such a weird confession. Yeah, like that's something to be ashamed of."
So while we're talking, I watched most of it, just kind of skipping through. And
it's a waste of time.
I mean,
you're not missing anything.
There's been a few as a Nintendo fan. There was a couple directs over the years where it was just nothing for me at all, and it was I would grade it pretty low. So I mean, it's not like all Nintendo directs are amazing.
This is the thing, though. Sony's not going to be at E3. Sony hasn't really talked a whole lot about their, remaining franchises that are going to come out. Like,
and it's the end of March.
Last of Us and stuff like that. This is the end of March. They've had time to do this show.
Mm-hmm.
They should know that, hey, we got to have some bangers in here to make this thing interesting. Even if we can't make everyone interesting, just like Nintendo Directs, all of them aren't great. But this is your first one. This is how you grab your audience and make sure they want to come back for the next one. And you put out a dud.
I think it was more watchable than the Xbox ones I've seen.
Well,
but
that thing's 2 hours long.
Yeah, but that's not saying a lot. It's like, oh yeah, this shitty ass commercial is better than this shitty ass movie.
Yeah, if that went on for 2 hours, you wouldn't have said the same thing. I was going to play. Like, this is worse.
Hey,
than
look, we
Xbox
got
thing.
some shovelware. That's what it came out towards the end of it.
It's gonna be interesting to see
Look at Barbie's new game. Fuck you, Sony.
if Nintendo or Microsoft does anything different with Sony not being there at E3. I wonder if they're gonna.
Xbox supposedly somehow they're bringing the heat. That's what Phil.
They're gonna
was
come
saying.
out holding hands and shit. They're gonna have
Honestly, Xbox, the only thing they got to even
We got
draw
Rare Replay.
any interest is a new console. I mean, that's really all they can. I think they can do.
Well, they got their Halo and their fucking.
we got Rare
Gears.
Replay. We're throwing in Donkey Kong 64 in that bitch remastered. Man, I would cry.
Yeah, I think
we don't need Rare Replay for DK64. It's been on a virtual console. It's Nintendo.
Has it?
not remastered.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
of course.
All those games are remastered. Well, most of them.
T, relax.
You know what I'm saying?
that's true. That's true.
That's- yeah.
with some fur, maybe some adjustments to the
Hey man, at least
collectathon.
his arm won't look like
Yeah.
a brick.
Right,
Fuck.
right. Some fixes that would be
To
nice.
Some
be
people
fair,
don't want-
I've
some-
always,
What?
like I say, I've always been interested in VR. You know, I've done a video on it before. I want
Mm-hmm.
VR to be great, but the games they show is just your usual copy and paste. Oh, let's put it in first person. Let's have floaty hands everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And,
One of the games had a fucking PS4 controller in VR.
There was
Why-
one
why-
platform.
Why would you do that?
That was the robot game.
There was one
Why
platformer
would
that
you
used
do
that really
if
clever.
it's VR, I don't need to see the controller in the VR.
Can you be creative and make it something else, not a damn controller?
Yeah, it's like really they took a PS4 controller and said, "Here we go, put it in the game. That's your hands."
Yeah, I remember seeing that. Like, what the
God,
hell is this?
Stupid.
I
But,
mean, to be fair on that one, I'll play for once devil's advocate. I mean,
Is that
that's
Astro
what
Bots?
Nintendo does always, you know. I mean, Breath of the Wild technically had the gamepad in it.
Well, here's
But
the
they
thing. I
designed
was
it
looking.
different. It was
Yeah, but at least it wasn't a situation
Yeah,
where
but
it
that was
literally
one-
was the controller.
You know what's funny? I watched that, the state of play, and then like my autoplay thing. You know how you on YouTube.
Mhm.
Yeah,
The next thing that came up was what is it? What is it called? The
Labo?
Nintendo Toy-Con Labo. Yeah, the VR. And I'm like, I couldn't tell the difference. I was like, wait a minute. Oh, this is very similar to that state of play shit I just watched. It was that I was like, whoa. So this is their Labo, basically. That's what it felt like. It felt
the
like
problem
I was
is they
watching-
didn't call it that. They
So let's
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
about
It's got
let's
core
talk about
franchises.
the Nindy showcase. I actually haven't watched it. I watched
What?
some of the trailers, and I think if any Xbox guys are listening, you know, Cuphead was. I don't think because of the rumors, I don't think it shocked anybody. If there wasn't rumors, I think that would have been a pretty cool announcement. But it was pretty much
I still think it was
reported
kind of
on for a long time now. I'd be if they showed Ori, then I'd be like,
Oh man.
oh, yep, that's sweet because that. I mean, to me, Cuphead
because
has
you
really
don't
no
give
interest.
a fuck about it. Yeah,
But Ori is just an amazing platformer. So it's like if that comes
Man,
to Switch,
Microsoft bringing voice chat to Nintendo Switch. Like they doing some big things.
so Nindy showcase.
that means
anything?
Nintendo gives good dick. Apparently, got Xbox over here crying.
God dang.
got Xbox over here flailing, throwing out consoles and throwing out games and shit. Like, goddamn.
Well, they
Nintendo
said,
with that long big dome.
They wanted the Cuphead decision happened a
King
a
Kong
while
in this
ago.
motherfucker.
Still talking about dick. Let's fucking move on. Let's talk about the Nindy showcase since I didn't watch it. I need you guys to,
Jesus.
and I know Retro had a different opinion than
Man.
everyone else. So Retro, why don't you give your thoughts on
On the Nindy showcase, well, here's the thing, you know, like usually when you have Nindies, I'm always the one who's like, yeah, this was amazing. I loved it. I want to get all these games and shit. And there's like several games in it that are instant buys for me for sure. But I mean, overall, I just felt it was lacking. I don't know. There were a lot of games in there that were just, I don't know, underwhelming. Maybe like I like the. I liked it overall, and I had fun watching it. But I mean, there were a lot of games. Like at one point, there were like a couple of games. I was like, I don't know, man. It should have been in like the fucking like state of play. That's how bad they were. I feel, but
It was
overall, I think
25
like,
minutes. Damn.
yeah, but
Yeah,
then,
it was longer and had better shit in it.
Because normally, okay, I'll explain it very easy. Normally, when there's like an Indies Direct, I'm like, oh man, there's like 7, 8 games. I gotta buy this. And now I think there were like 2 or 3. So I don't know. I just felt compared to previously, it was underwhelming.
I think retro's just
Like
weird.
for me, what were they? Katana Zero, instant buy. Creature in the Well, instant buy when it comes out. And what was the last one? I think there was another one. Because like the Stranger Thing is like, you know, whatever. No, people keep saying, oh, Zelda game. No, it's just Crypt of the Necrodancer. And I didn't care about Crypt of the Necrodancer before. I'm not going to care with Zelda. And
I don't like
rhythm games.
The way it moves.
Well, it's
because it's a rhythm-based game. And like
It's a
Crypt of the
rhythm game.
Necrodancer, like I didn't like it before. So you can like add a link in it, but you can add fucking link in Minecraft. I'm still not going to play Minecraft, you know? Like I just don't care about the game.
I think it looked a lot better now. I went back and looked at the old of the original game.
It looks a lot better.
The original game just, oh my god, that does not look good to me.
Oh, my friend Pedro was.
Pedro's.
We already saw that.
That's a must buy for me, from what I've seen.
What about like Red from
Tim Schafer. What the hell is the name of the?
Yeah, Double Fine.
Rad.
Yeah.
I don't know. That didn't look.
I forgot to mention that.
That one didn't. I don't know. Doesn't.
That's one of those games that just felt underwhelming. Like we've seen better games in that exact genre. I saw that and I was like, this could look and play much, but just the sound effects already, I felt were like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, that sucks for you guys. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, I tell you what, I thought was the greatest victory. The greatest victory I thought was Master Blaster 2.
That was probably one of the cooler things.
Yeah, you know, it was an old NES game, you know, and it's managed to do really well and get a sequel. I think that they put a little bit more money into the sequel. I think that's like a really good success.
500,000 copies, right?
Yeah, it's a really good success story. I was chuffed to see that. I mean, like T. I mean, we both love, you know, like Neon, you know, Cyberpunk, and that Neo Cab could be interesting. You know, just from a visual and text point of view. I'm looking forward to that. What else? Red Lantern, that Wolf game.
Red Lantern was really cool.
Yeah, I mean,
the thing about that Red Lantern is just because you're on it now, it's like it said actual gameplay the whole time through it. I have no idea what it is, so I can't give an opinion on it. I don't know what I was looking at.
I think you should be thinking of.
She's on the trail of the Iditarod. Shit happens. She's got to survive.
Yeah, no, I know the story. I know the story. I don't know the gameplay.
Like a bit like Firewatch.
It's a 2-minute trailer. I don't know if they can give the whole game to you.
But do you control anything? That's what I'm not.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I know what they're showing, T, but they're saying the whole thing you're seeing, they're saying is gameplay, but they don't explain the gameplay, so I'm just watching a movie, basically. I don't know what I'm doing.
They said you're going to be racing. I don't know what they said you're going to be racing doing the Iditarod.
Yeah, but they only show. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Now you're saying it again. They're saying this is what you're doing. Yes, but I don't see what I'm doing. And you see, like the whole trailer is like a minute. I don't know, and there's like 5 seconds of racing. There's a lot of shit that comes to it, but it felt more like a visual novel to me than a game.
I don't get visual novel out of that. Visual novel is a lot more. I'm re-looking at it right now. It looks like you're controlling the sleigh.
Yes. It's not No Man's Sky and shit.
I mean, at the end of the trailer, it's you getting attacked by a fucking bear,
and you gotta, you lose your dogs, and you gotta take care of your animals. And
just say compared it to Firewatch, like, you know, it's going to be that type of game. So,
no, you think it's going to be like, because in Firewatch they explained what you do. You're walking around, you're discovering shit, but they're not showing that.
I looked at the trailer. I watched the trailer, and the trailer showed you fucking controlling walls.
It looks like duck under this branch, dodge. I don't think it's me as interactive. That's just what I was when I saw the trailer.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's strange how people see the same people see the same.
I'm just guessing.
Different. Yeah, I don't understand.
Because I'm watching the trailer too. From the start, they're saying it's gameplay. The first 30 seconds, you're looking at stars or snowfall. Then the next 30 seconds, you're seeing a dog in a van. And then the last 10 seconds, you see the guy on a sled. All of that is gameplay. That doesn't show me what the gameplay is, though, because there's no like cue or HUD or button press. You don't see anything that tells me, oh wait, I'm putting this dog in this thing in the beginning. Like, wait, I'm playing with the snow here. Like, it just, to me, this is a bad trailer. When you say it's all gameplay, I have no idea what I'm playing when I see that.
I mean, I get what
I'd
you're
say
saying,
it definitely needs more because
Are you either interested in the game or you're not, man? You're not.
I don't know if it's on rails. I don't know if you're controlling.
No,
like,
they don't look like it. I'm looking at her controlling the sled.
I think you boys probably don't play and these type of games because these type of games. It's like if you were shown, for example, a trailer of Dear Esther, and you just literally see the camera just moving through the environment, you say the same thing. What the fuck do you do? What the fuck do you do? The point of the game would be, for this type of game, it would be a story-based game. So you might potentially not be doing fuck all, but it's that type of game. So what they've shown you, they have shown you, controlling the worlds, being attacked by bears, and it's survival elements to it. I don't understand what you're seeing that we're not. I don't get it.
I'm looking forward to it.
I just need to see.
I want to ride a sled.
I'm kind of in between because I don't. Obviously, it didn't immediately grab me, but also once Retro started saying, I'm like, yeah, I don't know what I'm actually controlling, what's not to control. So
the funny thing is, the way we're talking about it was like some amazing.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, like that's a big party.
But I just don't see how you can really argue that.
You don't. Let's move on now.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell you're doing in the game from what I've seen.
That's a great thing about this, though. See, now we have this one game, and we're like debating what's the game, what is this, we like saying what we're gonna do, and so we spent more. I had more fun talking about this fucking game than the whole fucking State of Play thing earlier. Like, I mean, come on.
And we'll definitely remember it the next time we see it. We'll remember, hey, this is that game.
Yeah.
And you can watch a review, you can see what's actually going on, and then you can just
Retro was right. Fuck this.
Switch Up's gonna review it, and you're gonna be like, you're not doing nothing. You're just interacting with some quick time events or something. I don't know. But I'm just kind of through this thing because
I'm fucking happy as shit right now.
But the problem is, here's the thing though. I still like those kinds of games too. So either way, they're kind of good to go.
And it didn't they just have an indie thing not that long ago? It feels like they had something.
Who?
Didn't Nintendo have an indie showcase already this year?
I think so. Yeah.
It was like a Tim, but it was only on Nintendo Europe.
Yeah.
Oh, Shantae 5 just got announced.
I'm so fucking ready, yo.
Later this year.
It's on everything.
So that means it's gonna be another short ass 5 hour or 3 to 5 hour game. Hopefully not. But
Why would you think?
Because that's a pretty quick turnaround.
Oh, it's Apple. Oh, that's what it is. Apple's, I guess.
No, I'm just saying, Shantae, the last game. What?
No. The reason why I said is because on the link to the tweet they mentioned Apple Arcade, and I was like, "The hell is that?"
Just learn more.
And they're apparently some type of. I guess they have.
Apple must be a streaming service.
Yeah,
they've had that, right?
They announced their own. Basically, it's like all mobile games,
Yeah, it's like a streaming service and whatnot. But no, because the last Shantae game was kickstarted. Like that was back in. What was that? I mean, it came out on the Wii U. It was like it
came out right. I want to say
2016,
right before the Switch came out.
2015.
So it was 2016 December.
So it's been about 3 years.
Well, 2, yeah. But then they did updates for that for a bit, and so I'm just saying, like Red Knight always says, you judge a game by its last game, and I just felt it was a little light.
No. I mean, you're fair in that statement. I'm not.
Well, you judge your appreciation of the game.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, obviously, you wait until you see some footage.
I'd like to see a little more Pirate's Curse.
Half Genie Hero was. I thought that could.
I mean, I like that because Half Genie Hero is
short,
great.
That's all.
Yeah,
Half Genie Hero is short.
It went from like a 10-15 hour game to the next one was like 3-4 hours. You could maybe push it to 5.
It's one of those things that you probably just need to watch.
Who's the studio?
Way Forward.
So who was the one? Because I thought they were going out.
Going out?
They did that Mummy game. They did Shantae.
Who did Toki Tori?
They done
That was
take. That was take the.
no,
Two
was
tribes,
it?
Two tribes.
Two
Tribes.
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 That's the one who was.
That's the one that's done.
Yeah, the last
Yeah.
game they done was the shoot 'em up that I bought on PC and Switch.
The egg,
Yeah.
wasn't it? The egg.
I barely touched that game. I know what you're talking about. The twin stick shooter. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good, but it's just like Rive. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
So,
a good game.
Terrell,
Yeah, it's a good game. I just can't keep myself playing it for some reason. I don't know.
how
What were you saying,
confident?
Juice?
How confident are you, Shantae 5? You'll be playing this year.
What do you mean in terms of it actually coming out
They're
this
saying
year?
later this year.
Oh, I'm pretty sure. You
So
don't
that-
just,
I mean, that's a good. That just adds another game for
I don't
2019.
need this right now, yo.
For them to announce it, yeah, this is insane.
Yeah, I don't need this right now emotionally. This is one of those. It's gotten to the point now where like if you delay one of these games, I'd be perfectly fine with it.
There's like 4 games I want.
Especially because
between
all
now
this
and
shit's
April.
probably gonna hit in the damn winter, like in the holidays. I'll be mad as fuck. I have this kind of money, Juice. You want to donate to the Patreon? Shit.
See, I was feeling good about, because we all thought it'd be a big game every month, and it wasn't, and because it looked like they pushed some stuff back to summer, and I was like, oh, good, but there's stuff coming out that I still want. It's like I thought I was gonna be free.
And for
a
those
little bit,
and for those who care, Final Fantasy VII comes out tomorrow on Switch.
yeah, I don't care.
It's like $15 from what I saw.
I do want to say though, and I said in my Juice opinions yesterday, like, T talked about that game. Forget now that coming to Switch. Yeah, and then so you found out. I think you didn't get it on Switch, right? You got it on.
No, I got it on PC.
Yeah,
I was gonna get it on Switch, and I was like, nope.
And I kind of did that with Hellblade, and then so I was watching Go Nintendo play Unraveled 2, and he was playing it by himself. And I honestly never watched, other than that, the trailer they showed at E3, and it was available today, or it was at EA, I think, so it was right before E3. That was like Hollow Knight came out, and fucking I was playing Rocket League, so I didn't pay.
Yeah, it came out the same day it was announced, like it was at E3.
But watching the initial level, that's basically a tutorial level. There's some really cool looking puzzle co-op, or by yourself, figuring out. Remind me of the Trine series actually with some of the puzzle element, and I was like, damn, that actually looks like a pretty good game. I hear it's really short, but I mean it's $20, so I don't know how short it is. But I was like, damn, I kind of wish I hadn't ignored it completely, and maybe I'm sure it's gotten a price drop. It's at 20 right now, but I'm guessing it had gotten a price drop in the last year or so.
Probably.
I'm like, fuck, I wish I had played that when there was nothing to play last year for a while. Because I think that the first level anyway actually looks really good.
The game gets. I'm curious about some of the graphical comparison because I saw a graphic comparison between the Switch version, Xbox One version. I feel like the Switch version, in my opinion, looked better. It had specific lighting effects the Xbox One version didn't even have.
It's because the Switch version looks brighter in certain areas than.
Yeah, maybe because of the gamepad they probably did that. But like later on in the game, like a lot of shit happens. I'm curious to see some comparisons to that. There's a real nice story that goes through the game, and the puzzles get more and more complicated. Because I played it co-op with my brother, and the puzzles get really intense. And there's a lot of nice of the swinging stuff, a combination between the swinging and the puzzles and everything. It is a really good game.
It reminds me of Little Nightmares a lot in terms of its like art style, which is probably a bad comparison considering how different those games look. But like,
did that come on Switch afterwards? Little Nightmares?
Yeah, it's out. It's been out.
Yeah, it's been out for a while.
If you tap the amiibo, you get a Pac-Man outfit.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Because Bandai published the game.
Yeah, that's right.
I love. Goddamn, I was reading something just as I was about to talk, and then I lost my train of thought.
Oh shit!
God damn it!
What?
I just
saw
Clock's picture in the chat.
Yeah,
the picture with the cats.
What I was
direct.
Oh,
you guys were talking about that game. Also, I forgot like Inside and what was the first one? Limbo.
Yeah, Limbo.
Those came out, and I've still never seen gameplay of Inside other than the trailer.
Really?
And I was curious. Some of these games come out and they just get. People don't even know some games.
Lost in the shuffle, man.
Well, that's what I said. like in the chat, like when I was in the store a couple of days ago, I saw in the secondhand bin the Trailblazers game, the super racing game with the Splatoon paint.
Yeah, I
and
forgot. I
everything.
didn't know that game
Like,
ever came out.
We had one trailer, and I've been waiting. Oh, I can't wait for the game to come out.
What
Maybe we're gonna
game?
play it,
Which
everything
one?
and shit.
Where-
Like it was called like Trailblazers. It was this racing F-Zero type? I don't want to say it, but whatever, you know. You had like the paint track behind you. You raced in teams, and you had to like make the race. Yeah, and like I saw it in the secondhand bin. I was like,
Nah, I
"The
still
fuck
know
is this doing it for $20? I've
That's-
been waiting for this game to come out."
Yeah, because if you race
That's out?
on your color, it's faster. If someone,
Oh, that game is out.
Yeah, exactly.
On
yeah,
cart?
It's like stealth releases and shit.
What was it?
That's
called?
not even the stealth
Oh,
release.
yeah.
Like that was
It's
fucking
if you didn't know
bullshit.
about it, we count that as a stealth release.
yeah, that's pretty much the definition.
No, that's like less than a stealth release.
That's
in
like
my
some
opinion.
Solid Snake shit. That's some dun dun dun.
I mean, like a stealth release is a stealth release for me is like, hey, it's in the store, it's there. This shit didn't even go to the store shelf. It went straight into the secondhand bin.
It was so stealth that Retro didn't notice it for like 6 months. It was like what?
$22.70 on eBay, son.
What about the Xenon
yeah,
Racer
it's
game
pretty
that's
good.
coming out?
That looks so
full
good.
That comes out tomorrow.
Full price though, man. It's full whack digital download. I'm like, I can't pay it. I can't pay that much.
How much is it?
I'm sure it's like 40 quid or something.
No, let me look.
I love how the beginning of the trailer says not actual gameplay or not actual in-game footage, and it
It's
shows you all
called
this
Xenon, isn't it?
It shows you all this.
Oh yeah,
awesome
Xenon
footage.
looks really good.
But it just says right in the beginning, not actual in-game footage.
Let me make sure.
Really?
That's what. Yeah, the trailer starts off saying not.
Well, that's some
actual
bullshit.
in-game footage.
Is it-
And
Yeah,
then-
Xenon's like $50, yo.
$50.
Yeah, crazy price. For, I
To
can't
be
bring myself
fair,
to-
it looks like one of those games that. Well, hold on, let me make sure.
I'll
It
wait.
looks
Before
really
I-
good though.
Before I make that statement, let me make sure.
I'll wait till it's 30.
There's a PS4 review. I don't see any Switch reviews.
Well, I mean, it hasn't come out on Switch yet. So
Well, I mean, they got review copy.
oh, that yeah.
Let me get this game. It's gonna be a rare game right here.
I think if it was
Oh,
30, if it was 30, I'd probably be a little bit more willing.
What was that about futuristic racing
It
game?
doesn't look very good.
It
Grip.
looks all right.
No. It's called like it didn't come out afterwards. It's called like Red.
Oh,
Shift.
yeah.
Oh, Red Out.
Red out.
Red Out. Yeah. What happened to that?
They
That's
were
still
the
hasn't come
developers
out, yeah.
talked about it recently,
a
like
good
a
question.
month ago.
That was supposed to come out day one or some shit.
That was
No,
a year
okay.
ago.
I can
That's a damn
I
year
can
ago.
say right now, I'm going to share this link. That was not in-game footage in that trailer.
Of what?
Xenon.
What do you mean? Why?
You think the
'Cause
gameplay
final
stuff
game
wasn't gameplay?
doesn't even look close
It looks. That's why I said it doesn't
as
look
far
good.
as the visuals. So that's why they had to say.
well,
That's why
that's
I had to say not in-game footage.
That's some bullshit.
Oh, Jesus!
Is it that bad?
Oh my
It's
God!
not very good looking.
Why?
1080p, and I mean, maybe he has a terrible capture card.
Wait, where-
No, that's not even the same
Yeah,
game.
but it's not,
No.
it's not like the capture
Wow,
card.
I'm blowing the fuck back.
Where are
yo.
you seeing this?
He put a link
That's
in the chat.
N64 kind of
Robert
shit,
did?
man.
No, Juice did. Juice
Let me
put it
make
in.
sure the beginning.
Oh, I
was
can't see
Well, I
that.
did too. I put it over there.
Juice
Maybe
put it
he-
in the Hangouts.
footage. Hold on.
Oh my God!
Actually, Will Drive on the N64 looks better than that.
Oh,
Yeah,
don't
maybe-
say that.
Hold on.
Don't exaggerate now.
Will
Don't
Driver doesn't
exaggerate.
look better than anything.
This is a different game.
Say
I
what?
fucking love World
think-
Driver, but don't exaggerate.
Seriously, that's for the N64. That's one of the better looking racing games.
Well, that's why.
That shit looks insane.
That's why when Terrell said it looks good, I was confused. Like, it doesn't look that good. I don't know what you're talking about.
I think they're showing the past games this team made in the beginning of this review.
World Driver. That
No, this is like. Well, I'm talking about the gameplay thing you showed.
I just shared a review, but the beginning of the review, I think, is talking about the developers' previous games. Because if you go later in that video, it looks more like the game they showed.
That's a review.
This whole video.
It says
is,
first 15 minutes is what it says.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not what I linked, is it?
No, look at the one that I
Yeah,
linked
that's what
in
you.
the chat. Look at the one that I linked in the chat.
Okay, hold on a second.
In the Hangouts chat. This is the first 15
Oh, that
minutes.
was Robert. Robert
Look
did
at
like
those
that.
dislikes, yo.
It's the first 15 minutes on Switch, and it looks
Oh, so that's on Switch. Okay.
Yeah, that is Robert.
Watch
Okay,
the review.
that's why I was confusing. It's the one Robert linked.
Okay.
Yeah, that looks like fucking garbage, yo.
Yo, that's trash.
How?
But not in-game footage. What I was watching, what I thought we were all reacting to, was a reviewer who started the review out by showing the studio's past games. That's why I was like, "This isn't even
Yeah.
close." So
This
that's.
is trash.
Oh my
That looks better than this,
goodness.
Let me share this in the.
That blew me the fuck back, yo.
Yo, I saw the trailer of Xenon, the Nintendo.
I feel like you should get sued for
like,
false advertising.
Yeah, but that's what I was gonna say.
Game.
Because the trailer, it said like not actual gameplay, and you saw some like a cutscene, and then you saw the racing, and I thought Nintendo just made a mistake, you know. So I put a comment under the video saying something like, "Oh, so when is the actual gameplay coming out?" I didn't think we were actually being fucked like right in the face.
That fast,
bro. Even the PS4 version doesn't look that good.
Fast destroys this game.
That's disgusting.
This literally looks like.
It looks just as bad on the PS4.
You know what it looks like? Remember that game, 90s Arcade Racer?
Oh, you bitch. You bitch.
No, I wanted that game so bad, man.
That's a lie, because that game looks better than this shit. This is trash.
Yeah. That is...
Not when you're just picking your car, stuff looks all right. But yeah, this...
Yeah, when you're picking the car, but that's not the point of the game.
Unbelievable. I can't believe how bad
that's offensively bad. It don't even look that good on PS4. Jesus Christ.
It's great because the official Nintendo channel, the trailer looks great.
The trailer looks insane.
That's really misleading, dude.
Are they doing any quality control over there?
I'd be curious if that's on the P. I'd be curious if that's the PS. If that's the PC version. All in the trailer.
Ultra settings on PC.
Well, they shouldn't be putting that shit up on the.
Yeah, but even on the PS4, it shouldn't look that bad.
The PS4 version looks like trash.
Yeah, the PS4 version looks bad too.
The PC version might as well be a different game. Like this team obviously didn't put a lot of effort into porting.
I'll be waiting on grade.
Oh hell no!
Pass.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
That's I was still confused when you guys were saying it looks fine. I'm like, what are you guys talking about?
Well, it looks fine.
Yeah, we looked at the trailer. I didn't know.
We didn't know we had to go do homework and research.
I was confused.
I wondered what you were all talking about. I'm thinking, man, you're exaggerating. They don't look that bad. I'm looking at the video that Rob linked of the Switch footage. And I'm like, holy fucking shit!
I thought they had to be be exaggerating. They're not exaggerating.
It looks like virtual racing on the Mega Drive. You fucking look at it.
That's what I said earlier and shit, man. The N64 the Wheel Driver looks better.
Guys, relax.
You're right. Your Metro's right, man. I didn't see
this.
It's
like a high-res virtual racing. This is awful.
I think Gran Turismo on the PS2 look better than this.
Look at this shit.
Yeah, Gran Turismo destroys this. Details-wise, as far as details.
Look at this. I linked in the live chat the PC version. Like you could tell that they made this, and they probably didn't have a lot of people to make this game on another platform.
That's despicable. But don't put the shit out like this.
Oh my god, man.
This is uncalled
I
for.
wonder what the eShop photos are gonna look like.
It doesn't even look like it's at 60.
These eShop photos look like good as fuck.
Somebody said $49.99 for this.
Can you see the pop-up as well?
As bad as I've ever seen.
Oh my fucking god, this is outrageous, man. It's fucking.
I'm genuinely baffled right now. I did not expect
this.
24 frames a second.
Oh, it's fucking horrendous.
Let me check out.
Dead. This conversation is glorious.
The PS4 version looks.
I wonder if the PS4 trailer also says not actual in-game footage.
I think that's to me. That's if they didn't put the not actual gameplay footage, I think they could get sued off that.
And they want £50 for this, man.
They should get sued regardless.
They should, but I don't think they're going to because of that.
For playing with people's emotions.
Decent.
I was excited for this. Well, that's one game I can take off the list. Scratch.
That's depressing, yo. I don't believe that.
And you imagine you bought that on Switch as well, digital? No refund, motherfucker. You be like,
not only, I mean,
you'd be mad as fuck.
Not only does the Switch version have some of the worst popping I've ever seen, terrible texture, literally looks PS2 graphics. If you actually watch PS4 and Switch version back to back, the speed of the races are significantly reduced also on the Switch.
Oh my!
The tracks are just flying by.
It has no effects on, like none.
No effects, no lighting, and it still looks slow.
I didn't expect this to happen today.
The shadows are like, they're like PlayStation 1 shadows, where it's just like a gray texture on the fucking ground. It's not like it's not a real shadow being cast.
It looks like it runs better than Arc, but this is probably the second worst port I've seen on Switch.
Well, the fact that you're making in comparison to Arc is already a problem in itself.
Right.
Wow. That's unbelievable.
That bummed me out, not gonna lie. That bummed me out.
If you had bought that digital and you're stuck with it.
I'd be so pissed. $50 and you'd be stuck.
Always buy physical, kids.
Wow.
I mean, because the not actual gameplay, that's why I thought it was a joke at first. They just put it on the cutscene, but not when they imitated
I
the
think it meant the whole
racing. They didn't keep it on that.
Still,
I expect them to do that with, I expect the company to do that, put up a trailer. I don't expect Nintendo to put this trailer up, this bullshit trailer.
Something's gone wrong with this game, man.
Something's not right.
They just released it when it's not even finished,
They probably did the port in like a month.
Yeah, they
comparison, and it doesn't even look 60 and the Switch version 24. Oh, that's what you're
Somebody
talking
said 24 frames.
It literally is. It's running below 30 with all the everything, all the pop in, all the lighting, all the
unbelievable.
It's running at 24 frames a second.
I ain't no graphics hope, but let's.
I knew it was running slow. I mean, you can just see in the comparison. Let me link this. Didn't plan on talking about.
I'm looking at it on my phone right now. So I can't.
Yeah, shit just kind of happens. Oh my goodness.
Did I link the comparison yet? I have a link there.
Yeah, I'm watching the comparison now.
Yeah, that's it.
That's unbelievable.
Like, you can't eat with all the sacrifice. You can't even hit 30. Like, are you kidding me? And this is.
Yeah. And the game, the Switch can handle it.
Dude, the Wii U had fast racing.
Right. Exactly. Something's just wrong with the development there.
Fast racing might not have been my style, but that game was gorgeous.
Gorgeous. It destroys this
60.
game.
I mean, 60 frames per second.
60. Fast and Furious 60, and that thing was gorgeous.
I think this has to be the second worst port. I mean, WWE, I guess.
WWE's in there too.
Conversation. Wow.
What about Troll and I?
I hope
we don't talk about that game.
I'm thinking about Troll and I.
I hope this conversation helps somebody maybe save $50.
Yeah, don't buy any of these games.
Yeah, it saved me $50 already.
Yeah.
It wasn't even worth the 10. It wouldn't be
definitely
worth
saved me.
I'm not gonna lie. I'd be rolling if one of you bought it.
I was gonna buy this shit online.
I went out of spite, you bastard.
Dude, it almost hit. It's hitting 23 consistent. Like, this is a racing game.
23
dropping. This is like the PlayStation Classic Ridge Racer.
Ridge Racer.
Wow.
We were gonna meme that to death, yo.
It's never gonna die.
I'm gonna meme that until I die.
This is definitely a bad port, lazy development and stuff. It's just it's obvious. The PS4 is just a quick copy paste from the PC, just reduce some settings, and they didn't know what to do with Switch.
Oh, we should have talked about that Sniper Elite, yo.
On the Wii U.
We're getting that Sniper Elite.
I heard we're getting We're
getting that.
Is that basic ass bare bones mod version?
No. Well, I think we're getting 2. We're getting 3. It's like 3 definitive or something, and then
it's a duck hacking.
There's a goose.
Oh, wait, guys, wait. Let me just make sure. Let me get the article just to make sure.
You got a goose in your room?
A goose? Who you talking about?
I hear a little. I
hear it, but it's not me. I hear it.
Nah, it ain't me, bro. I'm not even on my computer, so can't blame it on me.
That's when Terrell was talking. Is when I heard it the most.
I don't hear.
Drinking Kool-Aid this time.
I didn't do anything different. Oh yeah, here we go. Sniper Elite V2 Remastered and Sniper Elite 3 Ultimate Edition. So
after what they did to the Wii U, man.
So apparently, I think, did we get 3? Is that what we got?
I thought
I don't know.
We got 2. We got Sniper Elite 2.
It was 2. Okay. Apparently,
it's kind of like Cabal, Big Hunter, Game Hunter and stuff.
Yeah,
do people buy these games?
Who buys that trash?
The Sniper Elite games, I don't know who buys.
I didn't even know that was a series until the Wii U, to be fair.
Do you know the last time I played a game like that was in the arcades and on the Dreamcast? It was Silent Scope. That's the last
I bought
time
it only because it was part of the collection.
Really?
I was collecting, so I bought it reluctantly.
and then he felt some type of way afterwards. He's like, "Fuck, man!
God damn!
Got me spending this fucking money on this shit."
I'm gonna get the entire Wii U collection. Nah, I changed my mind. I changed my mind on that shit real quick when I started looking at Barbie's Adventures and all this shit. I was like, "There's no way I'm buying."
Got you feeling some type of way. God damn.
Unwritten Tales 2, that's trash. After I bought that game, I was like, I'm done.
They talk about features on here, but I don't know how many of these actually apply to Switch. The only thing they kind of mention is that, the updated graphics, it'll support. Oh no, I see what it is. On PS4 and Xbox One, it'll support up to 16 combatants online. For Switch, it only supports up to 8.
Is this a THQ thing? Because they're dropping all kinds.
And then apparently it'll have Sniper Elite 3 Ultimate Edition will have local co-op and motion controls.
So they took the online off.
Huh?
So they took the online mode off like they did for the Wii U. Or maybe that's also going to be, I don't know.
The press release doesn't say anything about the online version, but they do mention that it does have its exclusive wireless multiplayer and motion controls. It doesn't actually say anything about. It only says online stuff for the.
Is Sniper multiplayer fun?
Oh, maybe not.
I've never fucking played it.
Sniper multiplayer for like a few like matches, and it's really not anything.
It's
great.
It wouldn't seem like it'd be fun.
Like it's just like a survival almost thing.
Yeah.
Not very fun.
I don't see how you sniping using snipers all the time is
sniper, no sniping.
You know, being alone trying to aim for the balls, you know, to shoot everyone in the balls.
Aim for the balls.
Yeah, because then it goes through and it like, you know, it goes through and you see it go through the balls. It's pretty entertaining.
Really? Of course he'd like that.
This is a weird statement that's happening right now.
Dude, just look up Sniper Elite balls.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me to look up balls for a second.
God damn that duck.
Yo, what is
distracting.
That? It's like
it sounds like a flock of geese flying south.
Who can hear it and who can't?
I hear it, but I
hear it.
I hear it.
Okay, you want to do a test? I can mute the mic.
So everybody can hear
Terrell
it
mute first. Terrell mute first.
Oh, well, that means T. That means it's
It must
you
be me then.
It's you then.
But you can't hear it. Let's just
Shit
keep.
is always T.
I don't hear it, but we gotta talk for a little bit longer. So let's. Oh, it's
No,
still there, Terrell.
So it's not me.
Mm-mm.
Well, because T's the only one that can't hear. He said.
So try mute yours for a second, T, and let's see.
If you're the only one that can't smell it, you did it.
If it looks like, hey, listen. If it looks like a duck and it sounds like a duck and it quacks like a duck, I think it's a duck.
Do you still hear it right now?
I don't. It's not a constant thing, so it's hard to say for sure.
It's like when the duck wants to talk.
He talks when he wants to talk. So definitely outside our normal realm. Apparently Epic's game store is taking a little steam away from Steam. I don't know if you guys have heard any.
Yeah,
I've downloaded it. I use it.
Oh yeah.
And so they like just came out that games are declaring. I don't know if it's just came out, but they actually have to declare, hey, this game's coming to Steam. Bethesda declares for Valve. Doom Eternal, Rage 2, like I didn't know, like you were saying, Clark, I think you mentioned Steam they don't care anymore. But I didn't know it was to the point where games are possibly not coming to Steam.
They're on cruise control. Man.
Yeah, they've lost loads. I tell you what made me laugh about that is that, now that Epic Store has gone up, and I said the other day that, Valve don't fucking care about Steam. You can do searches and stuff. You can't find anything. They've just, literally just now announced that they are changing the way your catalog looks and stuff. So they decided to update it a little bit. But aside from that, it's gone downhill a long time ago. And the fact that I don't.
When you're the only game in town.
Yeah, I haven't bought anything in the sales for ages. I just lost all motivation to fire it up. Whereas the Epic game one, I love the storefront view of it. It's nice and clean, nice big windows. It's kind of how
when it's working.
Oh yeah, not Steam. I'm talking about the Epic one.
Yeah, well, I heard the Epic is having trouble with the
Oh,
store
really?
and whatnot. People have been
I haven't
waiting
had
for like
any trouble.
5 minutes and whatnot.
No, I've haven't had any problems. I've got some games on there.
I remember seeing a post because somebody was really upset. He said, all you guys seem to care about is buying exclusives. Why don't you fix the damn store? That was like one of the posts.
They might have some issues. I haven't come across any myself yet, but they might have some.
Yeah,
but no, I think it's fine. I think it's a fucking duck. I think it's fine. It's fucking
that damn goose game.
You hear it?
Mm-hmm, we're hearing it. He was squawking quite a bit.
It's gotta be T. It's gotta be T.
He literally wants to just talk about
Did it stop? Did it stop just
It
then?
stopped.
It's me.
It's
So I haven't
Monkey
logged into
Sharper from
My
Ad
internet's
Black.
too much faster than you guys. That's why you're hearing ducks.
Yeah, that's totally what it is.
So I haven't logged
piece of
into the
shit.
Epic Game Store since I played Fortnite this last summer.
Yeah,
I forgot my password. I had to do a reset. But let's look at their storefront because I've never really looked at it.
I haven't either. I'm on the site right now.
I'm not.
Roller Coaster Tycoon, baby.
There ain't a lot on here, to be fair.
There is
Exclusive.
Metro Exodus.
Yeah, there's not a lot on here
How long is that exclusive?
until you die, I guess.
Far Cry Prime. I mean, a lot of Ubisoft. Darksiders 3. Ghost
Well,
Recon,
unlike
yeah.
Valve, Epic is still making games.
Oh, oh! Hey man,
I mean,
people still playing TF2. Fuck
They got
yo.
they got that Fortnite money. That's not going to last forever. You might as well try
That's
to
true.
establish something with it.
They're still
Exactly.
trying though.
Shadow Complex Remastered. That's the reason I had an Epic account. For some reason they just gave me a free download of the game
Yeah,
years
they
ago.
figured out some free games. I've
So
been
what's up
playing,
with these PlayStation games on here?
What
Beyond
PlayStation
Two
you-
Souls, Detroit Becoming
Oh no,
Human,
that's coming to PC. That's coming to
Yeah,
PC.
Heavy Rain.
Those
Yeah,
are coming to
they're
PC.
now.
Really?
What's the
Yeah,
studio
That was
Quantic,
announced
isn't it?
like
Quantic.
what was that? Like last week?
That's
Is
bizarre.
it exclusive to the Epic store?
No, you get on
No,
Steam.
it's on Steam as well.
Okay. Well, I can finally play Beyond Two Souls.
No, you mean you can mod the shit
I
out
could
of
have
it.
played it anyway.
I would've modded
Detroit
the shit
Becoming Human kind of flew under the radar when that came out.
Dora the
It
Explorer,
looks-
the
it
movie,
looks
the game.
stunning.
Ah,
Yeah, there's a lot of PlayStation
you
exclusives.
bitch.
Former.
How dare you?
It's one less
You know,
reason to buy a PlayStation.
I
Journey
was
down
watching.
here.
I actually ended up watching like
Fuck you, David Cage.
the Dora the Explorer trailer, but it was the college humor version, and I thought I was watching the real one. That's how bad that trailer is, boy.
Oh,
Moving on.
no. Christ.
Yeah, this Epic definitely needs some.
It's not that epic.
Where's my friends list? Oh, it's right there. Yeah, it's not the greatest. They need to revamp the
That is
tour.
funny. That
Why
is
did you
funny.
do that, Juice?
Where's my
Well, I
friend
didn't
list?
know I
Oh,
had
it's
to
right there.
fucking click to see my friends. Like, why isn't it just in the tab to the right? Like,
Relax, man. Relax.
but yeah, I mean, it's interesting because it's not like I'm super loyal to Steam. I mean, I have games on there, so I don't want them to. I don't want Steam to just shut down or anything. But I guess it would depend on if Epic has good support for controller. I don't know how any of that works, honestly, because you got the support for gyro controls and stuff with Steam. I doubt Epic has. So you get gyro aiming on like Doom and stuff. So I'd be curious to see.
Not a long way to go. I mean, at the end of the day, the competition was needed. You know.
Yeah, they
Mhm.
need, that's very true.
Yeah.
Competition
So
is definitely
stuff will come along. Things will change, and then
And
we'll see
Uplay
where
was
we are
not-
in a few years. You know. So
Uplay's definitely wasn't the competition they needed because Uplay was. That was talk about just putting one toe in with Ubisoft.
confused as toad.
Origins. I mean, neither of those need to exist anymore. Like they can
Nope.
just
garbage. Never.
Yeah.
listened.
Fold up into Stadia
basically.
and go away.
So yeah, I mean, anything else? Any other topics? Anybody's?
Yeah. Well, that's the I kind of mentioned it earlier. I don't really know much about it, but Microsoft with their what is that called that they're going to be putting out on different platforms. I can't remember.
You
the
talking
name.
about live?
No.
The Game Pass thing?
Let me
xCloud?
let me scroll down my thing. I'm sure I'll see it pretty quickly here. It's called PlayFab.
The fuck
And
is that?
It's going to be
PlayFab.
bringing it's one of their services, and it's going to be bringing cross-platform voice chat to Switch.
Mhm.
I did not see that.
Yeah,
I didn't hear any articles or anything about that actually.
yeah.
You
This
hear
is
any
not
articles?
this is not a rumor. This is confirmed. So,
You heard it here first from T.
yeah. Well,
Play Fab.
it's called PlayFab. Yeah,
Is it like
let
a
me
Discord
look it
thing?
up.
Yeah, something like that. It's I like I said, I haven't looked too much into it. I thought maybe one of you guys would.
Microsoft PlayFab Party Online
Oh, okay. So it's today.
multiplayer service is coming.
Yeah, it came out today.
Switch.
The information came out today.
But
That's like the
doesn't
worst name
it
since
just
State of
work
Play.
on? Isn't it just work on
What's that?
phones and tablets though?
Yeah, phones and tablets and the Switch.
Yeah.
Microsoft is trying to get in the good graces right
We'll
now.
offer
of
voice
everybody.
chat, voice to text, text to voice, and more for Switch games. So it'd be an app on your phone you use that probably syncs with your Switch, maybe like
Probably.
the Nintendo Switch Online does, but does so.
Or I mean, if Microsoft's handling it, it might be just a app on the Switch itself. That would be
Which should be huge.
would be great. Yes,
And what I don't know that I find that surprised that Nintendo's like, yeah, we're fine with that.
because they know they can't get the shit right. So why not?
I mean,
Somebody else do it.
But then why? Oh, I guess pay for online just to have online.
it's going to be a free service.
It's for
It's
primarily
supposed to be
for
free.
devs. It looks like.
Yeah, it's for devs to. Well,
Well, it says devs will be able to utilize the feature and service
Yeah.
service provides for their games if it's cross
yeah,
platform.
it's going out. It's going out to. They're sending out development kits and whatnot.
Hmm.
to developers, so-
Microsoft becoming a software company again, just
Yeah,
getting,
just kind of like I was saying.
getting out everywhere.
Yeah, but it's
hardware.
not that surprising, all things considered.
It looks like you'll still have to use a phone, judging by this. What I'm seeing.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but maybe you actually want to this time.
Yeah, but the phone isn't the biggest issue with Nintendo Switch Lite. It's that you can't do anything. You can't message anybody. You can't invite anybody. Like that's. I think if they had a full array of features, people would forgive.
Yeah,
A
update the
little bit
goddamn app.
forgive
Why
having
have
to
it?
use their phone if you could actually do everything you want.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know how to update the app, Terrell. They don't know what they're doing.
Life is hard, isn't it?
They don't know what the hell they're doing.
Fucking
It's
assholes.
still bonkers. It's just exactly the same as it was when they launched it. So
Unbelievable.
I mean,
Literally,
just think about that. It's crazy.
I mean, it's both mind-boggling and not surprising at the same time because it's Nintendo and it's online. But it's just, how did they not at least implement something?
I think this time though. I think this time it is a lot more surprising that it is as shit as it is. We've had online with Nintendo. We had it with the Wii. We had a Wii U and 3DS, and there was stuff there. There's a lot of stuff that worked. Some stuff that didn't, but there was still a lot of stuff there. It's just the fact that this time there literally is fuck all there.
I went back and I watched the Xenon trailer again, and I can't believe. Here's the thing about this trailer: like there is some in-game shots, but they're quickly chopped in to the bullshit shots, the bull shots.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like you just don't realize it if you're not looking for something. It's like, oh yeah, that's an in-game shot. It still looks a little bit better than what the game actually is, but it's definitely some bullshitting going on here. And it's like, how did they get away with that?
Well, because
How
they
would
put the
do that?
text in the beginning to probably legally that's how they get away with it if someone calls them out.
It was the perfect plan.
Until people figure this shit out.
Until
and then
until that
pissed
man
off.
until that doll with a mohawk came in here.
I mean, there's
asking
definitely.
it
questions.
wasn't me. I had my pre-order.
I'd say there's times where it looks like what the PS4 version looks like. I'd say with just looking at the reflections on the car because there's none of that on the Switch version.
Yeah, so that's the PS4 version.
Yeah.
Even when they had the
version-
in-game
I
shots.
still
So
think
it's
the PS4
all
version doesn't
bullshit.
look good either.
But I'm saying it looks good enough.
They're even showing split
make
screen with two Joy-Cons. and
Right.
There's
Nah,
no way
that's
that
not-
game can't even run by itself, let alone split screen.
Split screen gonna split the fucking frame rate to
Down to 12.
To 12. What the
Maybe.
fuck?
God
Oh
damn
my
it.
God.
Fuck this game.
Yeah, I had to go back though because I was like,
Everyone's like, "Oh, we got an F-Zero like game coming to Switch."
It's not really F-Zero either,
No,
either
it
way.
isn't.
People say that about every fucking game that looks a bit futuristic. It's like, come
They
on,
want
did you
F-Zero
play-
so
did you
bad.
play
They-
F-Zero?
I want to
No,
put Jam Falcon in my thumbnail. Shut the fuck up.
You want F-Zero so bad you want to call every game F-Zero.
It's pretty much it. Okay.
Yeah, so I guess the only other
The end.
Well, we got Persona 5R. You remember
That was a
Persona
stupid
5S?
fucking announcement, by the way.
is that coming to
It's gonna be
Switch?
No,
It was such a stupid announcement. It was announced, and it just said it's coming to PS4, and then it's like we'll share more information next month. The fuck kind of announcement is that?
What is the point of this dragging out? It's Persona 5. You ain't all that. You know what I'm saying? Like
we already know the main story.
Bullshit character.
Well, listen, Retro.
If you put him in,
Retro.
You finna go, Retro. Finna go, Retro. Go.
Listen. I'm not the biggest fan of the game, but if I look at him as an Atlas rep or Shin Megami Tensei rep, I can kind of let it go.
No, fuck you, go Retro, go.
I just think
it doesn't deserve to be in the game.
At this point, he don't. That's the damn show.
Yeah, but did you guys see that there's like data mining of
well, just put the fucking information out. I'm tired of this bullshit. that's the whole point. That's the whole point with Atlas and his bullshit with Persona 5. Like, what is all this slow reveal bullshit? Like, this is not. Does this actually help the game sell? I don't think so. This is just stupid. Why are they doing this? They've been doing this like day one with this game.
It's like E3, 2017 or something all over again, but like there was no Switch logo or some shit like anywhere. Like, come on.
Just if you got something to say it. Don't talk about
it with your chest.
They're gonna announce it. They're gonna announce it.
It's so stupid.
Stand up with your chest, boy.
It's just the stupidest shit that they do with this game. I just don't understand. If I was, I would be pissed off. I'd be annoyed if I was like a crazy fan.
And I guess I should mention, tomorrow's 26th. On the 27th. They got a stream for Dragon Quest 11 to show the Switch version off some more content. You know why? Because the stream they did before was just the voice actors talking for 5 minutes, and all they showed was some fucking pictures. And I was like, you guys are fucking assholes. I'm like, just show the fucking game.
God damn it. What was I going to say?
Oh, are we going to talk about the Octopath mobile game?
Octopath Mobile, son.
No, you're talking about announcements and stuff. Oh, where was Nintendo going to show Mortal Kombat 11 along with some of their other games?
PAX. It's like next. Isn't it this weekend?
PAX. PAX is...
is it this weekend or next weekend?
Should be early April. So it's probably the first week of April. So it'll be
next weekend. It's like in a week, probably.
Yeah.
So... Getting on to trailers that are misleading, the Mortal Kombat 11 announcement trailer on Nintendo's channel does not say not representative of actual gameplay, and they show a complete cinematic. They don't show any actual gameplay, but it looks like the same video they showed on the PlayStation 1, and it's like they didn't say not actual gameplay anywhere in that. Curious, but it's going to be off screen. I'm guessing. Anybody think it's going to be hooked up to a big screen TV at PAX, or is it going to be portable mode only?
I mean, they always do portable mode, though.
Yeah, that's how they usually show it off.
That's how they usually show Switch multiplats.
Yeah, I mean, that's how they show Switch games in general, though.
Yeah, I mean,
you still worried that this game will look bad, doesn't it?
I'm just curious.
Also, side note, speaking of handheld versus dock footage, I went to Target the other night, and I realized they replaced the 3DS with a handheld version of the Switch. I don't know if anyone's noticed that in their stores or not. So now you have the dock over there in the Nintendo Switch section, and over there where the 3DS is at, you have just a handheld Switch that has the Joy-Cons locked on and everything.
PAX does appear to be this week. So
okay, I thought it was
starting Thursday. I don't want to make sure about that because they change it from time to time. I used to go all the time, obviously.
Which one is this
in Boston? This one starts. Was it Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday.
It's Thursday through Sunday, I think.
Yeah.
So you'll see an off-screen footage of handheld mode. I think that'll pop up.
I could have been there, man.
And so I'm just curious,
He's part of the press pass party.
Yeah.
Apparently, Mortal Kombat still uses. They have an Unreal Engine 3 is the base, but they said it's to the point where it's unrecognizable as Epic's version of Unreal Engine 3. So it's obviously that probably was a factor bringing it to Switch Unreal Engine stuff. But I just, it's just one of those things. Is what are they going to do? Are we going to get a 30 frame? We can get 24 frames like this Xeon Racer. It's one of the bigger day and date games we're getting on Switch. Like I can't think of one other than Starlink was day and date and stuff. But as far as like big AAA multiplats, I don't know that there's ever been a day and date one.
I don't think it's happened yet.
So I think
like a new game, like a new
brand new,
yeah,
not a remaster,
not a port, remaster, something like that. Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's be interesting to see.
It's a new.
Speaking of Starlink, now that you mentioned that, when they showed No Man's Sky and the PlayStation thing, where they showed it, I was like, man, No Man's Sky really does look like Dookie compared to Starlink.
Yeah, I said that. Yeah. I mean, it's better than what it was, at least.
Remember when they first showed that game, and I'm like, what do you fucking do?
Yeah, people used to get so mad at me for saying that shit. like they wanted to find me and kill me over that.
You just walk around. I mean, do you do anything? Like honestly, though.
What do you mean? What do you do? Did you just saw the fucking video? Didn't you? They used to get so
like
mad,
every time they showed something for that game, it still feels like they're saying, "Listen, we're really sorry about how much we fucked it up. Yeah, use VR, and also it's free." They gotta highlight that the VR update is for free, and it's just
it ain't for free if you bought that game day one.
No, exactly. It's fucking.
What you just said, T, that reminded me. Like I was talking about this game a little while ago. And all these fucking asses wanted to kill me too. I was like, "What are you doing in this game?" Like,
I was literally thinking about it too when T was talking about it
too. But I was hoping to just let it go.
No, you weren't. You lying piece of shit.
We don't let shit go.
I thought about that when we were talking about it, so I just I didn't even want to mess with it. Like,
Sekiro Shadows Die Twice apparently is a great game.
Yeah, somebody to buy this, but Yoshi first.
Yeah, we got money, man. Money struggles.
I want to play it, but like it's gonna be long, and it's not gonna be. I'm not gonna have that much time to play Yoshi then, because I want a platformer, I want a fucking platformer.
I mean, to be fair, there's a few games I've wanted. I've wanted Resident Evil 2. I've wanted Devil May Cry. I've wanted Sekiro, and I want Yoshi. And for the start of the year, those are the loads of freaking great looking games. It's just time and money, man. It's just it's hard. You gotta really pick and choose.
I'm with you on that. Like you gotta choose your battles. I'd go for that Nintendo Kitty shit any day.
Hell yeah. Hell fucking yeah.
Yeah, because I've been wanting a new platformer for a while, because Nintendo, unlike the Wii U, isn't really supplying it as much as.
Then they are. They're supplying the Wii U's platformers. What
yeah. But it's like I need some more platformers in my life, so I'm really looking forward to Yoshi. But it's just Sekiro. I wanted to buy. I was like, all right, I'll probably buy it. What?
Did you play any From Software games before?
Yeah, Bloodborne. Yeah, I was enjoying it. I didn't beat it.
I was enjoying it 4 years ago when it came out.
And Sekiro is like apparently more different. Where
I heard it's pretty hard though.
Exactly, that is very hard, and it's gonna take me forever, and I'm probably gonna not beat it for a long, long time.
Probably, definitely.
So yeah, Juice also, right? I got the Pro Controller now, like I said, and I the first thing I done was fired up Hollow Knight, and yeah, man, I can't see any difference. It's just that game is still kick your ass, man.
I like hard games, but I like the ones that I like platformers and shooter hard games. I don't like.
Yeah, I agree.
Slow ass, what would you call it?
I don't know what that.
Hack and slash.
That dodge roll.
Dodge roll, yeah.
Dodge rolling and shit all the time. Like that shit bores me to tears.
That's not hard. That's just time consuming and grindy.
Yeah,
I enjoy. Again, I was enjoying Bloodborne, but it does come to a point where you kind of feel like, dude, you're just making this shit hard to make it hard. What the fuck, yo? And it's like, and it kind of feels, I don't know, a little bit unfair in a way. Where I just like, yeah, I know it's like technically it's your fault. You're not as good. Fuck you. But it's like, but at the same time, it's just like, it also is like, dude, I know you're gonna make it where one hit takes out like my whole health for no reason. Why do we even have a health bar? Just don't give me one. Just don't tell me I have health.
And then the enemy has a health bar
of like 7 million. It goes across the whole 70-inch screen. You're like, what the fuck is that shit? And my thing is like 10 inches. And it's like, what the fuck is this, yo?
Your thing's 10 inches? That's pretty good.
Wait a minute, you play Kingdom Hearts and it's like that shit too.
No,
Kingdom Hearts had
Kingdom
the
Hearts,
never-ending
Kingdom Hearts, yeah, it's like
refilling.
they have it where it's like a big bar and then it's 15 lower ones and then it goes 15. It's like holy shit, yo. But the thing is that Kingdom Hearts was easy. This one is very, very, very hard.
So you prefer hard than easy.
No, I don't know. I probably prefer easy over hard. That's why I didn't pick up Sekiro. And people will be like, "Dude, you're such a fucking little bitch." Now I wanted to get something that's more harder. And it's just me. It's like yeah, but I want to play Yoshi. I want to play a platformer over the the action right now.
Is Sekiro out?
Yeah, it's out.
Okay.
Yeah, it was out this weekend.
So yeah,
what happens next?
Anyone want to talk about the rumored 2 versions of the Switch?
No.
Flop, imagine.
Isn't it funny how the Switch Mini didn't even get attached to this rumor?
Yeah, because this was wasn't this about the Japanese Wall Street Journal?
Yeah, also the Wall Street Journal was the one that said the Switch dev kit was state of the art graphics and shit.
So, I'd argue.
I mean, that's debatable.
You know why I don't listen to that bullshit? It's because you just brought up the Switch Mini. That's what I said. First, after a couple of months, we were gonna get a new all-powerful Switch. Then that didn't happen anymore. Then they had facts and insiders. We're gonna get a Switch Mini. Now that's gonna happen anymore. Now we're gonna get 2 Switches and shit. Like fuck off with all that bullshit. And I was like, come on.
Okay, first off, I just wanted to be saying Retro, those were all from different people. Those were not just the same person.
Yeah, but everybody eats it up, though.
Yeah, listen, Retro, just because everyone eats it up doesn't make it, doesn't mean it's true or not true, all right? That just means you live in a world full of fucking sheep, all right? People want to fucking be sheep and fall off. They're lemmings. I'm sorry, they're lemmings. They jump off cliffs and shit to their death. You don't have to do that. Just be a fucking individual. Don't worry about it. But you can still make your own decisions. Don't just hate something because it's a rumor. Get the fuck out of here. God.
I'd be shocked if they don't do a revision.
I hate this anti-rumor culture because everything's a fucking lie all of a sudden. Shut the fuck up.
Wow.
Damn, dude. Jeez. Make your own rant video. I just think it's pretty likely Nintendo's going to do something. I don't know what it's going to do. I don't know what they're going to do, but with the Switch being so much a handheld, I mean, it's equal as a handheld as a home console, and they always do something with their handheld. So I think it's just obvious. It's inevitable.
Yeah, no, it is. It is.
So
it's going to happen eventually.
Yeah, and usually it's the third, within the third year. So, it's possible. And I said, I kind of think I don't know what it's going to be. I have no clue, but I think they're going to do something. It could just be little improvements like we talked about before. It could just minor stuff that's not going to make you trade in your Switch for type things, but it'll be small improvements moving forward, better kickstand, stuff like that, maybe some ergonomics or some redesign of the layout of the Joy-Cons. I mean, it could be a million things. I just think it's so likely that people should just word it like, it's probably going to happen, and here's what we think would be a good idea, something like that. That's fine. But reporting on it like they have inside source, I can see a little bit where it's not as bad as it used to be. I don't think it bothers me as much as it Retro was saying. It's not so bad like it was back before the Switch came out. So I can tolerate a little bit more now. But anyway, I'd be curious if they actually did have two models. Like, what the fuck would that even be? But obviously, I don't think this group here really wants to talk about it. So I ain't got nothing else.
I had one question though. Sorry. Go ahead, Clark. That.
No, go on.
I was just gonna say. I was gonna say I'm completely random though, because I remembered it correctly. Didn't we a year ago get an announcement that in February 2019 we were gonna get the Mario Kart mobile game? Is that shit dead?
No, they said it during their reports that it was delayed.
They had to delay it, yeah.
Oh, I never heard that.
See? Keep your ears open, goddamn.
It was the financial report.
Damn.
Yo, what's this fucking hatred against me or something?
Bro,
I thought we were bros, man.
When we were playing Smash, he was.
Oh no! Yesterday was trash talking. Today it's just no chill. There's a difference, all right?
Today's just true
I'm
hatred.
curious.
No. You don't understand true hatred. You haven't seen true hatred, Robert.
Wow.
I wonder.
Y'all got to talk about Star Wars. That's true hatred.
Oh no. Don't.
I might as well instantly start the whole Xenoblade thing up again.
Hey, relax.
Oh jeez.
I don't even have that conversation. Especially because Retro don't help me out. This man hadn't even beat the game yet, yo.
Would anybody here actually start Xenoblade Chronicles X over if it came to the Switch? Just random thought.
No.
Dude,
Yeah,
I'm not even
I'd be
continue
tempted.
it on the Wii U.
I'd be tempted.
I don't like X enough to do that.
I wouldn't buy it again.
I wouldn't buy it again, but I'm just saying if it.
I might do that for like Fatal Frame and Tokyo Mirage sessions.
That's a lot. That's a lot to start up again.
And Tokyo Mirage sessions, I would debate it because I like that game, but I don't know if I want to deal with those dungeons again. I like the combat, hate the fucking dungeons.
Yeah, they're nowhere near as long as Persona's dungeons.
Yeah, if I knew.
Got
Listen, we can have that conversation, but you're still young because you haven't dealt with real Link yet, sir. You don't even know.
Whoa.
Oh wow! I just realized you're thinking of context. Never mind.
Are we talking about dicks again?
I'm like, Bob, show me the way.
Damn, yo.
When you said that, nobody's gonna know what I'm talking about. But I watched this show, Red Letter Media, and they were watching this one movie, and the guy was talking. There was some really terrible troll. It wasn't trolls. Yeah, it was some kind of trolls or something. Christmas murderous trolls. I forgot what it was called. But anyway, the guy was like, there was some girls and they're making some kind of I guess dick innuendo kind of a song, and some guy in the corner looks up, and then one of the guys on the Red Letter Media was like, "Did someone say dicks?" I thought of that right away. It had me dying. That's why I was laughing so hard, because I thought exactly of that.
I was more laughing so hard because Juice says shit in like a monotone way. So it's like your dad coming up the stairs and be like, "Kids, are you talking about dicks again?"
Again? Come on.
It's like,
Trying to move on to a topic and just want to shut up.
Okay, Dad.
Quit being a dick.
Oh, my heart.
So, yeah, I think we can end this podcast early tonight because I don't think there's really anything else.
Well, all I was going to say about the Nintendo Switch revision rumors from Nintendo's point of view, do you? I can't. I know they're going to benefit, anyway, but I'm just thinking that the Switch is still selling really well. This year, software-wise, is going to be on fire. How much more momentum could two models of Nintendo Switch, bring? No,
yeah, I don't know about the two models, but I think there's definitely going to be. I think there's definitely a need for a DS Lite situation with some improvements.
Do you think so? Already after 2 years, I just don't feel it at all.
I think it almost break the momentum. It could create this confusion and shit.
Yeah, I don't think.
How many of you played Nintendo handhelds? Because y'all would know better. This is the shit.
Yeah, but with a different realm, now within the £300 realm, unless of course this other.
I would assume usually a refresh usually means the price drop. Like it usually drops the price.
But it only dropped because they'd find ways to make it.
Well, yeah,
cheaper.
Yeah, but the point is that it's cheaper.
You don't think it was sold over 30 million fucking units at the same price as it is now? It's still on fire. I can't imagine Nintendo feeling like they need to.
Well, they may not drop the price. They may put out a pro version that's more.
Or they may put out a 2DS type situation where it's $200 and that's not going to help sales.
No, I'm not saying it's just momentum wise, it just doesn't feel like it's needed. Do you know what I mean?
I'd say if you're looking at weekly charts and it's still PS4 is still going toe to toe with it. I mean, maybe that could be incentive. But I don't think it's a question of momentum and stuff. But if they have, figured out some way to, whether maybe it's just a $250 Switch, it looks very similar, has some what's that word for light improvements, like something to do with life improvements. What the hell's the phrase? Quality of life. Minor quality of life improvements. They can't keep. I know the sales are still going strong, but if you wait till they start slowing down, then you're already.
I mean, just to make the DS comparison for the hell of it, when they put out, you had the Nintendo DS and you had the Nintendo DS Lite. The Lite came out like in the middle of 2006. Which
the DS was struggling. That's a little bit different.
You know what is the thing?
Wait, what were you saying? Just I hear you.
The DS was struggling at that time. It wasn't selling like hotcakes when they put out the Lite. It wasn't till the Lite came out that it started flying off the shelves. So that was a little more needed.
You know what my problem with all of this is? Like everybody, it's almost like people want this new revision. This new Switch, like 2 new Switches there. People want like 5 Switches to choose from. But we have this one Switch. We talked about this yesterday, I think, while we were playing Smash. This one Switch doesn't even do shit the fucking flat fucking DS could do. The Switch itself can barely do half the stuff it shouldn't be doing when it comes to like online or like people want like voice chat or whatever, or like
feeds
or, like,
you talking
online.
about features. Yeah.
This Switch barely has anything as it is, so why add 5 versions of a Switch that can barely do anything when they haven't put this one up to the level of that it should be when it comes to the shit you can do? Like, what was it with the invite? Yeah, I wanted to join your fucking arena yesterday in Smash. Like, you two were playing like Smash with like Red Knight, and I didn't have him on my friends list. I was like, well, can I just join Juice? He's on my friend and shit. Well, you would think that, wouldn't you, and shit? But no, then, give me the code. And you give me the code. I can't enter the fucking code because it and do you see all this shit that's not even working yet?
Retro, I understand the argument you're making. I just think it's not the argument that needs to be made in this particular situation.
It's exactly
your issue is more with the Switch not having software features, versus a hardware revision, which to me are two different things.
Oh, he's saying they should put their energy into that stuff instead of
but he said the difference is that's idealistic. I'm realistic. I understand that's not going to happen, at least not in the way we want it to.
With something this popular, I think it's up to Nintendo to do it. Like, I think they should be working on it. They have that.
No, I agree. I just don't believe they are.
You're talking about Clark's talking about it's a $300 system. Fuck that goddamn God. I think it's Terrell's laugh that
you were talking. How is it my laugh?
But I think
because it went to your
maybe it's not necessarily needed, but you're talking a $300 price point. What if there's a $200 Switch that just doesn't have detachable Joy-Cons and doesn't have a dock? You don't think that's appealing to somebody who could use a second Switch in the house? I mean, I'm just trying to think if they were going to do it, why they would do it. I'm not saying they need to or want.
You mean the mini? Or the
mini?
Let's just say, well, I don't like to call it the mini, but it just doesn't have detachable Joy-Cons. It's a handheld only, no dock type of thing for $200 that just plays Switch games. Cartridge plugs in.
I think that if they were going to do anything, that's probably the route that makes more sense in my head.
Really?
Just to have a portable version. Yeah.
I think the opposite direction personally.
That other direction is way more.
The other direction has a lot more problems. Yeah.
I know it causes problems. We discussed all this before.
No, I'm agreeing with that.
We're agreeing with you. Talking to Terrell about it.
Yeah, they're agreeing with you. You're fine.
Yeah.
Because I think, like you said,
duck, man, my brain is crazy.
That $300, that's the difference. They get a $200 variant, and they'll definitely hit their 20 million quota type of thing. The
only reason why I disagree is because I think Pro version, if it was like a traditional, how do I put it? If the Switch was like fine as it is in terms of its graphical output, I would probably agree the mini would be the direction. I honestly think they'll just make the Pro version, and the mini would be for the I mean, in the OG Switch would become the mini in that situation. In the sense of you buy the OG version just to have it, but for those who want like an actual like games to run better and shit like that, and it won't be anything huge, but you know, a couple of frames here and there, people will take.
If that works for us, but the thing is,
it's like a DSi actually in that way.
That's not going to work for what they want. They want to make a cheaper Switch. They want a cheaper version of Switch that they can sell.
That's what I'm saying. You make a pro version, then you drop the price of the original.
But you can't, because the parts and all that stuff are still the same price.
No, for the OG.
That's what I'm saying.
For the OG Switch, they're still the same price.
If not more. I mean, not more, but. It's not enough to get it under $200, and I think that's not going to be that much cheaper.
Yeah, it's not going to be that much cheaper.
And I mean, I'm at the point where I'm definitely not interested in a handheld only variant. If they had a to
be fair, you never
were. Xbox One S came out, and that's probably I don't even consider that. It's a little bit better. There were some games that had dips or something, and it was a slight bump. I guess they overclocked it or whatever. Yeah. But the Xbox One S versus the original Xbox One as far as the box itself was a nice. They put the power supply inside. It's a nice sleek box. Disk drive, everything's really nice, and they made a lot of improvements. And that's just that's just a box on your TV. It's a little bit different. Yeah. And I think it was cheaper when it came out. So, something like that. I mean, very minor though. The performance was very minor. It was probably not even 5% improvement. It was probably between 2 and 3 or something.
Ultra HD playback.
They added Ultra HD Blu-ray, and they put the power supply inside. Really nice. Made some nice improvements, but it's basically just an Xbox. So
actually, Jack Gates makes a good point in the comment section. He mentions that the whole issue with the mini Switch, that the Joy-Cons don't detach, or how will Labo work in that situation?
Well, that thing's not going to be for Labo. I mean, it's like you can say the same thing about the 2DS. Well, I can't play 3 games. Yeah. You're going to lose some stuff. That's how this.
I'm saying because the Labo is geared towards children, and that's what you would think the mini Switch is for.
Not necessarily.
I would, because
it could have detachable Joy-Cons though. I mean, we're just kind of.
Well, then what's the difference between it and the normal Switch then?
I just don't think it will.
It doesn't stop you from. It all gets awkward. We know it. It doesn't stop you from buying Joy-Cons that probably sync up with it in some way. This is the whole thing. It makes it all crazy awkward, and until we see something, sometimes you feel like it's only Nintendo. Only Nintendo are going to know what to do.
Well, obviously, they're the only ones that are going to know what to do. I think it makes more sense because I think people already look at the Switch as a handheld more than a console. It makes more sense to make a pro version than to make a mini, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion, though.
I agree with that.
I don't think any of this shit makes any sense. Honestly, it's like the thing's selling.
Well, I'm just looking at Nintendo's history. Nintendo tends, even when they make the revisions to any of their hardware, except for like a case of like the Wii Mini where they took out features, most of it's either additions or replacements. Like the DS Lite was lighter and could run the same games, but you lost like the GPA. Was that the one? That might have been the one where you lost the GPA.
DS Lite, you lost. Did you lose Game Boy Advance? I don't think you did.
You lost it. You lost it in one of the
DSi.
DSi. That's what I'm thinking of. The DSi. The DSi is what added the internet and boosted the clock speed a little bit in the actual game system, but you lost the GPA connections. Like usually that's the direction they go in. That's why they have XL versions of their consoles, of those handhelds.
I mean, they could add.
And most people have complained that the Joy-Cons are too small or have their issues in themselves. So to me, making something bigger makes more sense than.
Well, there ain't no more rules. Ain't no rules with Nintendo.
I mean,
there's just no rules anymore.
I'm not saying. Listen, I'm going off of history. I'm going off of their own rules.
I used to do the same thing, but there's a lot of really weird different shit going on with Nintendo right now.
Who was the one that said
I can't use history for?
Who was the? Oh shit! God damn it! That's the third time tonight
Grandpa Juice back at it again for another one.
Somebody said something.
Like, look at Mario Odyssey, right? Like, is Is it more intuitive to play with split Joy-Cons or a Pro Controller?
It's technically more intuitive to play with split Joy-Cons.
Right, but most people don't want to play it that way. So most people play, I would guess, Pro Controller if they had the choice.
Well, that's why you have people who are mad at them for like.
But you're losing something with that Pro Controller, but people still use it.
Well, people actually complain that they're losing something because they're like, I didn't want to. Why is it that I have to use the Joy-Cons?
Yeah. But
we're back to the Wii complaints. Really, that's what that is.
Yeah.
Because that was the same thing with the Wii. Why do I
that.
have to use the Wiimote and nunchuck? Why can't I just use the classic controller or the GameCube controller?
Controller is trash.
Nah,
You want to use that trash?
It
Maybe the
fine.
Pro version.
It worked fine for me. I didn't.
Which one?
The classic controller and the Wii.
Oh, I hated that thing.
That thing was garbage.
I didn't have that much
It's
problem
so
with
cheap.
it.
The analog sticks. Oh, it's terrible.
The whole fucking thing was cheap. That was the nature of the
Pad
console.
was terrible.
It felt like a third-party
It did.
trash Super Nintendo controller. Like it just didn't feel good in your hands.
I always say I beat Super Mario 64 with that, yo.
Yeah, I was saying I didn't have any problem with the controller.
Really?
Clock T will love me for this. That's the reason I never bought an N64 game on the Wii Virtual Console. I'm like, I ain't playing it with this garbage controller.
T, do you love him now?
Literally,
I like him a little bit better.
could not imagine playing
He only likes you. He
terrible.
don't like you.
that terrible ass controller.
Yeah,
I don't know. I kind of like holding it. It's very nice and small.
Maybe did you have the Pro version or the
you
red?
like holding small.
No. I have the. There's no like. It's
Are you talking about dicks?
just. It's just the circular one. Like not. It doesn't have any like thing attached to it.
The analog sticks were about a half inch apart.
Yeah.
So,
Like, you
so
can
what about
like, touch thumbs.
the Pro one? The one with the grips. Is that
That
better?
one was better, but I never used it.
I didn't even know that thing existed for a while.
That one's pretty.
Didn't it come out
comfy.
with like GoldenEye or some
Yep.
shit?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't care.
I have both of those, man. I have both of them.
I used that one for like specific fighting games on the Wii, and that one's pretty good.
That one looked
Remember-
a lot more comfortable than the
That is
original
pretty
one.
comfortable.
I remember what I was going to say about this whole Switch Pro thing. I think it was Clocked It said only Nintendo's going to know what they should do. Would somebody say that? Or
I thought
Yeah,
you
that
said
was
it.
wasn't
I
me?
said it.
And I agree because we're sitting there throwing out ideas, but Nintendo might have something that just makes so much sense once you see it. You're like, oh, like they knew something. And they
throw out stuff and we go, what the fuck?
Like,
Yeah,
because
it's
look at the Pro systems. Have they boosted sales of the
I think
PS4 and Xbox One?
probably Xbox more, but
anything really to tout from it? I don't think so. Like, and there's a lot of issues with it. You're gonna ask developers to go back and patch shit like that.
well, the thing is with the Switch, a lot of the games use the what do they call it? The variable
scalable.
Yeah, there's a phrase for it. The resolution, dynamic resolution.
Dynamic resolution. Yeah.
So there's nothing to. If you just had basically a Switch.
Well, what about frame rates? Is it gonna fix?
It would just.
It's gonna make.
It wouldn't change a game from 30 to 60. If the game is made at 30 but runs at 24, 25, just more power without having to do anything would just smooth it out theoretically.
It seems pointless.
But
I wouldn't say that.
you know, like we talk about Yoshi, you know, and we didn't really talk about that much, but Digital Foundry found out that it's targeting 720, but it's running 540, 640. If it's truly dynamic, you just give it a little more, give it a boost. It should run at that 720 then, because it's already, the dynamic resolution's already there. They don't have to update nothing. So that would be okay type of stuff. But then you got Mario Kart 8. It's already maxed out 1080p 60. There's nothing any more juice would do, you know?
So we're talking making sure a game is 720p in 2019.
Yeah.
I mean, you're also talking about the Switch, though. Let's be real here.
Is that worth? I don't know if that's.
I mean, that's why you have the option to buy it.
If that was all it did.
Well, I know you got the option to buy it.
I'm just letting you know.
If that's all it did, I'd upgrade just to have that.
Yeah, but I would probably get it. But I'm also used to that kind of thought process. It's not a healthy one, folks. Don't ever fucking be.
I bought the PlayStation over the Pro, and I don't have any regrets there. So.
But the drop off isn't as bad.
Yeah, I don't have a 4K TV or anything, so it's like
the Pro is like isn't like I have the Pro, and I wouldn't say the Pro is what I would consider like a monumental upgrade. Like with the Switch, this could potentially fix games that have like random or annoying fucking frame drops and frame pacing issues.
Like,
at the very least.
You all want it for Xenoblade. That's what you want.
Huh?
like
yeah, it would really great because Xenoblade's another one. Some areas literally look like they could be PS4 games, and some areas look like fucking N64. So if you could just have a consistent resolution output, you wouldn't have those bad looking areas.
Yeah, the advantage of having a dynamic resolution is that if you have to put it on a more powerful console, that just means, in theory, like you said, it should just scale up. It should be more consistent at a higher graphical output.
Here's the thing. I already played those games. I don't give a shit.
Well,
Like,
yeah,
I'm
but
not
you
gonna
don't.
go back.
But the point is, for some people, they will go back.
But
And it would be-
and some people,
but
people
here's
who
the
are
thing: you
still
guys are
buying
already
it.
on board. Well, what I'm saying is, I guess if it bumps up future games, that's
yeah, I
obviously
mean,
a
it
good
also
thing.
benefit future games
But
as long as it
having
didn't.
it be a benefit to games I already played, I don't care. I already played them.
Well, that's like a bonus.
I'm with you on this.
It's almost like you get a free meal and there's a cookie on the side. Well, the cookie doesn't fucking mean anything, but hey, it's there. So if you want it, you can have it. If you don't, you give it to somebody else.
I mean, you got Mortal Kombat coming out and other games. It obviously affects future games. The only negative would be, and I'm sure I don't know that Nintendo would let it happen, is if it started making the base. And I don't think it's happened on Xbox yet. Maybe where it affects the base versions from running decently. On the base Xbox. I think just the last batch of new games finally started to show that they weren't putting as much effort into making sure the original Xbox One was up to snuff.
Here's the thing with the Switch Pro. Like, instead of showing I'm gonna have better resolutions and frame rates, how about guaranteeing my fucking Joy-Cons don't drift? Or my case doesn't crack on my system.
Well, that's the advantage of a hardware
How about
revision.
doing that?
It could be, the hardware revision could just be improvements to that.
Let me get that at a discount.
I mean, when we say
sold
Switch
me
Pro,
this
I mean it was the same thing with the newer versions of the PS4 Slim, where what was it? It was quieter and it didn't heat up as much. I forget what the reason was. They did something to the internal battery?
By looking at it, you have to look at the.
I'm not used to that on my Nintendo consoles.
I know.
My day ones.
Hey, listen, but hey, man, you said this is a new era in Nintendo. That's what you told me.
Well, hey, that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
That's part of the bullshit. That's why I can't judge them on history.
Another thing that came with the Xbox One S, was the controller. They had like a second gen version. I don't even know if they named it anything because I had the original one for my computer, and then when I bought the new one, I just saw subtle changes to the design, but the rumble definitely was a big improvement. Other than that, it's just I could see the little subtle things they did probably just to make the manufacturing.
And to be fair, all of us have launch switches. We don't even know what changes have happened.
Yeah, I've seen a new Switch, and I noticed right away he didn't like you guys. I don't think had it, but I have that my screen. When I put it in the dock, it's got that bad rub, kind of dulled in the bottom right corner of my screen because my dock is one of the ones that does that.
Did you put you have tempered glass on your screen or no?
It's a screen protector, but even it probably had 2 days of just docking it a few times before I got my screen protector in the mail. It already affected the actual screen. So I noticed his was fine. It definitely felt like maybe a little bit tighter with the Joy-Cons in there, and the plastic seemed to maybe it just felt a little different, probably because it just felt newer. But I didn't notice anything major
Yeah, it could be just that they've been doing quiet, small revisions, not anything major. I mean, we don't know.
Seemed to be the about the same, so it wasn't like any major anything.
Yeah, it would be. It's like the PS4 thing. Like you wouldn't notice unless someone went out of their way to try to test it.
But they did confirm the D-pad in the Pro controllers is a new design that makes it way more or less susceptible to hitting the wrong direction. versus the launch models, and you couldn't tell by looking at a box which one if somebody bought one day one, didn't open it, you wouldn't be able to tell.
And companies do that shit all the time. They'll subtly change things.
But I always felt like, I don't know about the drifting part, because I don't use my Joy-Cons enough anymore. I don't know what actually happens. You just let go of the stick and something
and it just keeps moving. Like say if you were in the menu, right, and you let go of your stick, it would just like on the the game menu where you pick your game, it would just click, 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 keep going over, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's something they could definitely
home menu that bugs the fucking shit.
I heard you guys talking about WD-40. Like, that's
okay, all right,
insane.
let me explain it, because this is granted. I think the issue I had was primarily partially my fault. I have a case, but see, I'm still using the Joy-Con grips. I don't take those off. When I put it in the case, my Joy-Cons don't lay flat down in the case, and I think the what?
You've been storing it with the sticks probably pushed off to it.
And they're pushed off. So when I looked at it when I was using it, like I want to say like a few months ago, the shit would just drift up. So like you can not be touching it, and your character would still move up in a game or something. I found after I sprayed WD-40 on it, it didn't happen anymore. But granted, I think it was my fault to begin with.
WD can eat through certain like rubbers and stuff.
Oh no, it could, but it didn't do anything to it. And it's been like I've only sprayed it once, and it's been fine for months.
Flammable, so I don't know. I wouldn't use it, but
hey man, listen, I live on the edge. I like, and you only die once.
But yeah, I think
technically that's not true. You could die and be resuscitated, so it's you only live once.
Clocked it. Listen, I respect it. I respect that you're educated, and I appreciate it. But sometimes, just let me be stupid for a little while, right? Let me have these moments.
It feels like I've always felt like the Joy-Con, the analog sticks, just I don't know, they felt off to me. It's the way they're so. It could just be because they're so like low. They're so like there's not much of a stem on them and stuff. But I just felt like it was, I don't know, a cheaper analog stick than maybe I wanted.
Oh no, it is.
If you look at the Joy-Cons and you push the analog stick forward, the edge of the analog stick pretty much touches the Joy-Con itself. That's how low down they are. It was quite scary.
Actually, ironically enough, if this was the analog stick the 3DS had, I think people would have been a little bit more.
It's better than the circle pad, that's for sure.
That's what I'm saying. Like it would have been an improvement on the 3DS. Well,
but,
a console, you're like,
I mean, that's something. I mean, a revision that it could be something like a better analog stick that's a little bit taller off the, a little bit, sits a little higher, has a little more range of movement, something like that. I mean, I'm not going to buy a new Switch for it, but I mean, that could be improvement moving forward.
Well, the advantage, you could just buy new Joy-Cons for that.
That's true.
I mean, they're still charging you more money, but hey, it's better than spending $300 to get it.
I've been put off buying new Joy-Cons forever. I'm not buying anymore. No fucking.
How many have you bought?
Well, we got 4 of them. So just 2 sets. I just bought those extra ones. I bought the Splatoon ones. So they came out a few months later. Bought the Splatoon ones, and they're the worst ones. They're fucked up.
Damn. I think once you have the Pro Controller a while, it's one of those things. I think you'll have a little harder time going back, but we'll see.
I can still play both.
But you used them a lot more than I did. I moved on from the Joy-Cons pretty quickly, so. But I like Zelda and stuff. I thought they were fine for Zelda.
Yeah,
I think I started moving on a little bit more when it was.
I've had no issues with the Joy-Cons unto themselves. I like them in the cradle. I like them split. Sure they could be uncomfortable, every now and then after a while, but just functionally they've been absolutely fine for me. But just in terms of their durability and stuff, it's just it's horrendous. Worst Nintendo controllers ever for durability. I mean, I still got my fucking SNES and NES and N64 controllers, and the original ones, that I beat those fuckers up, and they're still going strong to this day. It's scary.
I would say my N64 analog sticks definitely got wore down over the years.
Yeah,
So
but at least if you press left, you walk left, and you let go, you stop walking.
I've seen some sticks that were permanently at like a 15-degree angle.
It was too much Mario Party in them.
Yeah.
That was the problem.
Because it was like a
Yes.
rubber band like system, I think, that pulled it back into being straight. So I've seen some.
With Mario Party, you like
97.
put your palm on it, and then with your palm, you started like fucking turning that shit around and everything.
My N64 controller I bought 97 still works beautifully.
Mine too, yeah.
Yeah, my launch one's definitely the roughest. I bought 2 newer ones years later after GoldenEye came out that they're in still really good shape.
So basically, because I was planning on buying a new set of Joy-Cons because I also have the launch Joy-Cons and they do all that weird shit. So what you guys are saying is that it doesn't matter if I buy new ones, you're gonna do the same shit.
I reckon.
No,
I'd put it off. I'd put it off a little bit.
At least.
Maybe
I'll
that.
probably give it
I
till
don't
the end
need
of
them
this
for
year.
myself because I'm like Juice, man. The Switch Pro controller is like the greatest controller ever made. But I mean, I like doing couch co-op kind of shit, so I figured I'd at least get Joy-Cons that fucking work.
Well, for me at least, I don't know, like the first, the first day one Joy-Cons, like the left one, how it kind of do its thing, it started going out of whack. But like the ones that I've gotten, it hasn't happened yet, at least that I've seen.
As in, you bought new ones, you mean?
Yeah.
Which ones did you buy?
Red and Blues is
Okay.
like just the other ones, because again, I don't know where they are. Alcohol.
That's right, you lost yours.
The ones that I have currently haven't done anything in terms of moving around. You know how if you cover it, Link will just kind of start walking and stuff.
Yeah.
So it hasn't done that, at least what I've seen. So
that 10 hours of use hasn't worn them in yet. What you're saying?
Damn, yo.
I love that response. He was like, "Yeah, all right, man. Good game.
But anyway,
it wasn't worn out because even the day one Joy-Cons were all automatic like that.
So I think we do final thoughts, get out of here, and yeah. So who wants to start? Everybody volunteers at once.
Quack, 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 the duck.
Should we just get Roberts out the way?
Wow,
I think that's the way you just want to start on a high note.
Robert, take us away.
I'm always under pressure to have a monologue, but
He's got
I don't have a lot of monologues because I think we're at the end of our days. We're that may not get us through our life. Sometimes you just gotta get through life ourselves and not listen to other people. Listen to yourself. Listen to your heart. And
I feel like you're taking my shit, yo. That's biting.
Hopefully one day.
Don't listen to those women that tease you.
Oh, I thought you were saying tea.
No.
Oh, yeah. What did I do?
Yeah, what the hell was that?
So just look at your cock and be like, "Shut the fuck up."
What?
Did you say just look at your cock?
Did she talk to you? You need help, bro.
It has a mouth, yo.
I'm telling you, yo, that shit. It'll be like.
Don't let it talk back to you.
Like done.
Hey.
We're back on dicks. I see.
Never got off the dick.
Yeah,
literally.
Also, go see Us is a really great movie, and
I was waiting on that.
Not genuine anymore.
And have a good night, and get ready to be in a ball of yarn on Friday, filled with Yoshis.
It's the wrong game, idiot.
No, wait, no. I mean, technically, you're still yarn.
There's no yarn. The Yoshi balls aren't yarn.
Okay, fine. Be prepared to make some Labo-like shit inside of Yoshi because they're all cardboard.
What, inside of Yoshi?
That's sexual.
Try not to get scissored. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa!
What?
He was like, he's like that dad walks upstairs and sees Robert beating off with his door open.
Not me.
And he's like, just shut the door, Robert. What are you doing?
Oh man!
Close the door.
Use the vacuum cleaner.
Get out of my room.
All right, Robert, done. Terrell, final
What?
thoughts. Let's get this over with.
Oh, I don't have a lot of final thoughts to think.
Good.
Fuck you, T. Let me finish my thought. I like how I said I had at least a less amount of thoughts. He was like, "Good, down here, and you think anyway." Fucking asshole. Anyways, good podcast, good conversation, good talk. Shantae sequel, excited about. I shouldn't have picked up an RPG before the summer. This wasn't smart, especially because I'm gonna be fucking playing Fire Emblem in a few months. So that's a whole nother thing. I'm all for Switch Pro, but it's also because I'm a beaten child, so I'm technically in an abusive relationship, and Daddy Nintendo just keeps fucking pulling out the belt. He doesn't know when to stop. He's a fucking asshole. Yeah, those are my final thoughts. My thoughts are final, and now I'm finally thought.
Nice.
Did he say he was a thought?
You bitch! How dare you?
Retrodesk got to follow that. Go ahead.
Man, I'm just gonna keep this shit like
I know he's
simple
such a
and gaming,
follower,
cause
that's
some
why.
random gaming shit. You know, like I'm still playing Spider-Man, and man, that game is just so fucking good. It's so good, man. I love that game. Elder Scrolls is like 25 years today, I think, and I'm making a video on that. It's gonna come out tomorrow, so people follow my channel. It's good shit. And Darksiders 3, nobody cares. Darksiders 3 since last month has been profitable, so basically they confirmed Darksiders 4 will be coming, and that shit just means the world to me, man.
That's good. That's cool.
Cool. All right, Ms. D.
Great podcast as usual, guys. State of Play was trash, and they can't do what Nintendo does, I guess. But yeah, Robert was definitely right about Us. It's an amazing film. Jordan Peele solidifies himself as the new Hitchcock. I mean, it's real good. Beautifully shot.
Out of my head, Steve.
It's excellent stuff. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, Yoshi. What day does it come out?
Friday.
Friday. Yoshi comes out on Friday, so that's cool. I'll be enjoying this 540p goodness, and and won't be buying Xenon. Apparently, garbage. But,
Maybe they can patch it. Maybe they can patch that game.
They could patch a whole new game. That's the thing.
Be a separate download like NBA Playgrounds.
It'd be bigger than the fucking game itself.
All right, clocked it. By the way, links to everybody's channel in the description. So, clocked it. Go ahead.
He did it.
It took him how long?
5 years.
How fucking long? Jesus Christ.
It's progress.
Good job. Good boy.
Rob's right. It's progress.
It's ProRes.
I mean, I don't know if you've seen it. What's his name again? Oh yeah, Retro. I don't know if you've seen it.
What the fuck?
Fuck you, Retro.
What the hell was that?
That disrespect, man.
That's why he put you last in the video.
Remember, stay real.
What?
I'm trying to lose it out. I was just gonna say, Bethesda, you know that trash ass company that they're giving away that Morrowind for free tomorrow. I think it is if you have a digital copy if you don't have it. So that'd be good to download. I'm just watching. I'm watching Fast RMX again, and fucking hell, the game looks incredible. This was a launch title, man. It looks fucking incredible. That Xeon shit, my fucking god, it's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting and deplorable. But yeah, Fast RMX looks as shit. I'm literally pretty much only playing Persona 5 at the moment. I think at the moment it's pretty overrated, but I'm about 10 hours in. It hasn't gripped me as much as I thought it would, and it's also maybe now not necessarily want a Switch version because I'm actually not that impressed. So I'll carry on playing the PS4 version until Yoshi comes out and actually play a fun, fucking good game.
Really burn Terrell.
I'm not. I'm pretty. I think it's overhyped to begin with.
You excited for Joker and Smash now?
No,
I was
already.
I was mad as hell too when that shit was announced. People were like, "Why are you angry?" I'm like, "Okay."
I mean, the game is, it looks nice, it's stylish. I do like the music and stuff, but it's just so far it's just a regular RPG.
Yeah, it's fine, but it has a lot of personality. That's what kind of saves it. But I think it's
a lot of flash over something.
But I think it's fucking story, especially its characters are weak as shit. That's a whole nother
thing. And I rage quit earlier because I got killed. Because the enemies, when you
clocked it. Do you like that thing where if the main character dies, even if your whole team is still alive, it's game over?
That's literally what happened.
Stupid fucking design.
You can't even. What's the point of having resurrection potions if you can't fucking use it on your main character? It's fucking stupid.
No, I hate that fucking thing.
All right, enough about that game.
Anyway, yeah.
I hate that game, yeah.
So the PS4 right now is just disappointing, full stop. And it's that's it. I'm done. Let's get out of here. I'm done.
All right. Yoshi's coming out, so we'll definitely have some hands-on impressions next week, and I'm looking forward to it. And also, I'll be upgrading my CPU and my computer, so hopefully that goes smoothly, so I can have a podcast on Monday. Got a new motherboard, piece, CPU, and then some new DDR4 RAM. So I'm hoping that'll help with streaming. I think that's the main issue I've been having with trying to stream gaming and stuff. So I'm not going all out, not building something from scratch or anything ridiculous. So, but just in case it doesn't go right, that could be a potential issue for me, next week if something don't work. Then because if I'm taking it apart, I probably wouldn't put it back together, the original shit back in. So anyway, that's it. Good podcast, good discussion, and active in the chat. So thanks to everybody who joined, and we'll see you next week.